Hello and welcome to DH9 Radio. You're listening to David, Owen and Andre, and this is...
Come on, Dave, you can do better than that, man. DH9 Radio presents...
Whoa, hang on a second. DH9 Radio presents...
I think you've got it both wrong. We're going for a classy vibe, guys, okay? So it's DH9 Radio presents...
Nah, I still think you got it wrong, Davey. Come on, you got to get the people excited about our show. What about DH9 Radio presents?
How about, boys? We're all in this together. Let's all do this together.
DH9 Radio presents...
Check yourself before you wreck yourself.
Welcome, ladies, gentlemen, and children of all ages, to our radio show tonight, live Thursday, in a undisclosed location that I can't tell you about.
Area 51.
Yeah.
Yes!
Don't storm it, guys.
This is our first episode of Check Yourself Before You Wreck Yourself, available on the DH9Radio.wix website. We're here from 6 till 8. Let's introduce my beautiful co-hosts, Davey and Andre.
Flatter me.
It's just... Davey, you go first, for once.
I mean...
Just introduce yourself.
So, I'm David Doolan.
Cool, and I'm Andre James.
I mean, it always feels funny introducing ourselves every week, because I'm just thinking, haven't we done that already?
Yeah, I think we do that every week. I think everyone knows who we are.
I guess it's just in case someone who hasn't heard it before.
Everyone does on radio, though.
But it always just feels a bit weird, doesn't it?
Yeah, but I think we have to remember that.
It's a radio thing.
If we want you people to listen, then...
who are these idiots talking?
So, has the tech week been feeling a bit dry for you two? Or has it not?
Okay, well, it had been feeling dry until just yesterday, but I'll get on that in a bit.
I mean, mine's film and TV, so if nothing new comes out of film and TV, then I'm pretty dry myself. I'm like a salad without the dressing.
It's alright because we can just talk rubbish.
I mean, yeah, that's exactly what I plan to do. It's been a little bit of a dry week, but I do have a few things to talk about and things to rant about.
Oh, yes.
That's the one thing people connect with.
It's what really grinds my gears.
Yeah, exactly. So there we go.
Why does a rant just really does fuel something, doesn't it? It's always good.
Yeah,
need a rant.
I like it.
Good old rant. You know, you can talk about positives and everything like that.
No, nobody wants
that. But no one
that.
cares about that. They want to hear about how terrible Apple is and how, oh god, we've just lost about half our views already. They want to hear.
No, that's just because we're talking.
Yeah, that's just because we're talking in general.
I mean, what if the? What if
that you just had to open your can right against the mic, didn't you?
Yeah,
what if someone brought out a rival phone brand called Pear or Orange, and it actually was better than Apple? Imagine that.
Isn't that on GTA? Isn't that what the logo?
Well, actually, there's already something that's better than Apple. Everything else. So anyway, why
don't we start with Andre this week? Yeah, why don't we?
Owen, well, Owen.
Yeah.
Who do you think we should start with this week? Actually,
Davey.
I agree, Davey. Take it away.
Whoa!
No, actually, you know what? No, we're not going to, because that'll just ruin the show.
That's the flaw.
It doesn't fit.
Owen, I'll ask again. Who do you think we should start with this week? Andre, that's right. Andre, take it away.
So, obviously, I think everyone who listens knows what's coming. Random Game of the Week.
Oh dear.
Brilliant.
This week, it is Prison Architect. Has anyone played Prison Architect?
I haven't, actually. It's one game that I've always wanted to play, though. So,
Prison Architect is basically like a top-down thing. Is it 8-bit they call it when it's that little... Yeah, that type of thing. It's a little bit more detailed, though. Maybe 16-bit. I don't know if that's how it works.
It's 4K-bit.
I almost imagined when you said Prison Architect, I would be like a prisoner carving out some walls.
Oh, well,
actually, that is a game.
That's
a game.
Really?
Yeah,
The Escapists.
The Escapists,
wow.
yes, that is a separate game.
Prison Architect is even better because you get to build the prison.
Yeah, so Prison Architect, you build a prison, and so this comes with, it's essentially, like, I dare say it's better than, no, it's not better than The Sims, but it's kind of like a Sims version of, but with prisons. So you build your prison.
That sounds kind of cool, actually.
But you've got to put all your electrics in, your water, all that type of stuff. You've got to hire your staff.
Guard towers, things like that.
Towers.
Electric fences.
And you've just got to keep your prison under control.
And alive.
Yeah, so, you can give people day jobs, that type of stuff. And you've got the guards, you hire different levels of guards. So you've got the regular, your kind of standard, and then you've got your armed guards. Alright? And it's just an all-round good game. It's one of them games you can really lose yourself in.
Yeah, I can see it happening. I can see it happening.
It's one of them games that takes me a while to figure out the time. So I could be on it for about 6 hours and I've not really realised what the time is. But as well, there is a kind of prison escape mode in that.
Is there?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know about that.
No, I believe that might be a DLC.
Oh.
But there definitely is. But it's just really good trying to run the prison because you've got to do the budgets and all that type of thing. It's similar in a way to City Skylines, which I'm sure you remember us talking about, in the sense you've got to do budget, all that type of thing. But obviously on a much smaller scale, you're not trying to run a city, you're trying to run a prison. And there's kind of the more free mode where you can do what you want, or there's the more story mode if you get introduced to everything, you get shown how to do stuff, and you kind of get to do what you want. But
awesome.
it's really good, and you can request more prisoners, and there's different ways of making money. Yeah, prison makes money, so
I mean, judging by the American prison systems,
alright,
yeah.
let's not.
I mean, there was a game released by EA not long ago. There was a game released by EA not long ago called Get Out, which was based in a prison. I don't know.
No one's wanting to play it with me still, yeah.
Yeah, I've been asking them for ages.
Because what was really good about this, which was actually a bit weird for EA, only one person needs to buy the game. So for Get Out,
believe it.
Yeah, Get Out, right? So I bought the game, and I've played it with 2 of my friends separately through the entire game, and gotten slightly different kind of outcomes from the end. But with each. But Owen wants to play with me, and the problem is, right, he can't play it unless if I play it with him, obviously, because I'm the one who owns the game.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I really can't be bothered to play it through it a third time. But at the same time,
selfish. Please.
I probably will, yes.
Owen, get Prison Architect instead. Because that way you can build your very own prison, and then you can decide if you want people to escape or not.
Yeah, there's the problem of Get Out being a very, very linear game.
Yeah, and Prison Architect, do what you want. So,
but we will play it at some point.
Prison Architect it's roughly £20. I just looked on the PlayStation Store, but you can get it for cheaper because you can also get a disc. You can get, so if you want to go to, like, I don't know, CEX or somewhere, it'll be a lot cheaper on disc than it will be. I don't think I've described this game very well because it's been quite a while since I've played it.
So
but I have been wanting to talk about it.
Yeah,
it's such a good game.
So basically, just to put it down, just like let's just nail down the facts. Points. It's a top-down game.
Yep.
8-bit characters.
Yep.
There, you build a prison, adding everything to stop people from getting out, but also to make sure people are healthy and living quarters and everything like that.
So yeah, you've got like doctors, that type of thing.
Yeah, and then you basically play and manage the prison and tackle any problems that come up after that, especially if you didn't build it properly. A lot of problems could come up.
And it can get quite detailed, like you can mark points on the map where certain prisoners from certain categories are allowed.
Yeah, so that's
when it starts to get like confused.
I'd love them to make a game of, like, you know, the I'm trying to remember Alcatraz.
Yeah,
Alcatraz. I'd love them to make a game based around that, because I can imagine doing like in a game like a bit prison life would be actually good if it was all like, I know Prison Architects is a different type of format of game.
Yeah, there's a mod. Well, actually no, there was a game made. I forgot what it was called, but have you not seen like it? It was kind of memey. A lot of people were playing it. It was like really awful graphics. I don't know, but there was a mod made for Garry's Mod, which is called which was basically a game where you kind of like so half the players were most of the players were prisoners, and then some players were guards. And the people who were guards, they had to make sure the prisoners went to the right places at the right times during the day and everything like that, went back to their cells and everything. And during that, the people who were playing as the prisoners had to work out how to escape the prison.
We should play that.
I used to play it a lot back in the day, but yeah, I would love to play it again. But it's like always about like getting everyone together, because it is quite a funny thing. But a lot of the time, it does seem there's a lot of children playing the guards, just screaming down the mics, and you know their high-pitched voices can really get to you. You're like, oh god.
What game's that, sorry?
It was a mod for Garry's Mod.
Yeah, Garry's Mod is like kind of endless.
It's just any game. Harry Potter, the Harry Potter.
Oh, that was so annoying.
Harry Potter simulation for Garry's Mod. I loved it. You had to go to classes and everything, and then every now and then Death Eaters would come in the school and kidnap someone.
So quick story about Garry's Mod. We were me, Davey, and Devon were playing.
It's one of our friends.
And I think Des was playing also.
Yeah, another one of our friends.
See what happens is the like lessons are kind of split into houses.
Yeah, so you've got to go at the right lessons.
So everyone got Gryffindor, and then apart from me, I got Slytherin. So.
Yeah, so we were sorted into our houses. Everyone got Gryffindor, so we all got Gryffindor. But then Owen got stuck in Slytherin, so you only had like one class with us. Like,
I did, yeah.
You only shared one class with us.
I remember going to Professor Flitwick's room, and there's a load of them just sat there, just trying to raise Professor Flitwick.
Remember walking in, and there was like someone playing as Professor McGonagall, and the guy talked, and it was like this really beefy man talking. It was like, right, guys.
I can't imagine this game is taken too seriously by anyone.
No, it's not. It's hilarious.
If anyone knows
so
Gary's
funny.
mod, it's kind of like a kind of platform to make your own, let's say,
games, basically. Yeah.
Games.
So it's basically a game that is completely developed to just be sandbox and do what the hell you want with it. So people make things like Trouble in Terrorist Town, Prop Hunter. They've made prison escape games. They've made loads and loads of different army simulation things. They've made all this stuff, and
I'm
it's
assuming
all
there's some
under one
really,
game.
obviously, because it's kind of do what you want with it. I'm going to assume there's quite a variety of, let's say, quality. So you've got some really rubbish ones.
So the ones we've been talking about, the high quality ones.
Yeah.
There's also like Dark Mod, which is literally just like real life simulator. So you just live a life in a world with like other people. And the best thing we used to like doing was get the like.
Kind of like what I said about that game I'd like.
Yeah, making fake money inside buildings.
Okay.
And or being a drug dealer.
So everyone resorts to crime. Yeah.
I mean, I remember I remember doing a bank robbery and not even getting past the first, like, by the way, the people in the bank were real people.
Yeah.
And like the bank teller was a real person who we had to try and get past to rob their bank. And we just got like, we walked in, and as soon as we walked in, someone just shot us in the face.
Alright. So are you allowed to make legal transactions? Or?
Yeah. It was just the fact that we did look very suspicious all in a line. With armour on, body armour on, because we didn't think about it really.
It's hardly discreet, isn't it? It's hardly.
And I'm pretty sure one of us accidentally took out their guns, which we had illegally gotten, because obviously it's trying to like real life simulator.
No, that doesn't make sense.
That's still on Gary's mod.
Oh yeah, Dark RP is probably one of the biggest ones actually on Gary's mod.
Oh my god! You see all these cool stuff on here, and then it's trying to get the people to play it, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, that's the problem. I used to play it back in the day when it was all really popular, but now it's kind of like fizzled out a bit.
Yeah, it kind of happens to games, doesn't it?
Rest in
Sad.
peace,
It's really
Gary's
sad.
mod. But
There was a Stop It Slender multiplayer, like getting away from Slender. One person would be Slender. That was always fun. But
I hope the game fizzles out, and I'll tell you about that later.
Oh.
Yeah. Sorry, I was just. There's a certain game that's really grinding my gears lately.
Oh, I want to hear about that in a bit.
We'll not get on that now.
Why don't we go over to talk about some stuff that Owen has?
Yes.
really,
Yeah, I want to hear about some film or
I want
TV
to hear about
news.
my opinions or my information.
I don't want to hear about your opinions, but I guess I'll have to.
I mean, I've got a list if you would like to choose from, so I can. I kind of like going with the films that are coming out recently now.
Oh, yeah.
But I forgot last week that I also reviewed on me, not me Rotten Tomatoes page, on me like document. Annabelle Comes Home, so I'll talk about that later. However, this week, films are going to be focused on around August the 9th. Oh no, August the 2nd. So these films, I'm trying to remember where they're. I remember Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark.
We believe in you.
Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark is released on August the 9th, and Hobbs and Shaw is going to be released on August the 2nd.
So what's a Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark? I've never heard of it.
Would you like to talk about that one first?
Yeah. Could I hear about it?
Awesome. So, it's a horror thriller film. It's starring Zoe Margaret Coletti, Michael Garza, and Austin Abrams. So pretty new actors.
Yeah,
I've seen
never
the
heard of
trailer.
them.
I have no idea who they are.
Rain's an unknown one because it is coming out like next week, so I don't think the reviewers have had a chance. However, we have got a summary of it, so I'll read that out for you now.
We'll go for it.
The shadow of the Bellows family has loomed large in the small town of Mill Valley for generations. It's in a mansion that young Sarah Bellows turns her tortured life and horrid secrets into a series of scary stories. These terrifying tales soon have a way of becoming all too real for a group of unsuspecting teens who stumble upon Sarah's spooky home.
Yeah, it just sounds like a Doctor Who episode.
I feel like I've seen that before.
No, I feel like that's actually happened in a Doctor Who episode.
But it's quite nice if you see the trailer. It's actually quite. You get kind of sense of Freddy Krueger-esque.
Okay,
Oh,
yeah,
I like
sounds
Freddy.
interesting.
I think that's one of my
I mean, at
scariest.
least it's an interesting new idea instead of just a remake.
Yeah, exactly.
At least as far as I can tell. I mean, again, it does sound very Doctor Who. I don't know why, I'm just thinking Doctor Who with it.
A couple of teenagers in the woods discover a scary house.
What a...
I've never heard that.
No, it
before.
wasn't that. It wasn't that. It was the imagination getting brought to
Yeah.
real life. I'm sure that's happened in Doctor Who.
Yeah,
But
Sounds
it's-
like-
that has.
The way Andre puts it sounds like Monster House. You know, that absolute banger of an
Oh,
animation.
I used to love Monster
that was
House.
good. Get off my lawn.
Yeah, get out my lawn.
What
That's
about-
something I've actually seen, by the way. I know every time he's like, "Oh, have you seen this?" I'm like, "No."
Could everyone listening, please, all together, just applaud Andre for actually watching something?
Well, Andre,
That's
take a bow.
probably really irritating.
Take a bow, Andre.
Good job,
Thank
Andre.
you, thank you.
You
I'll
know
be here
what's
all
my
week.
favourite part on that film is when Chunk, I think, is he called Chunk or the blue?
Is that his best friend?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the fat
the
one.
blonde head is like he's doing his basketball and he's like, watch out for this dunk, and he throws it against the hoop and hits him in the face. And it reminds me of me. Basically, I've done
Yeah,
that.
that dyspraxia.
Oh,
Yeah.
but then he's all. You think he's a horrible old man, but he's actually nice.
He was a nice
Yeah.
guy in the
He
end.
was just trying to protect the kid.
Constance.
It's a house.
You know what it was like?
Constance, the wife.
That was like,
That is a.
you know what it is? A house, an old man, grumpy. You know what it is? It's up.
I feel like there's a little bit of a different.
Yeah, I kind of got
vibe to
lost there.
Whoa. How?
Are you trying to slate up?
No, I'm
I
trying
get
to
what
say-
you're saying. It's got a grumpy old man in it. It's got a house and a child.
Yeah.
However, it is not the same as Up.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't think Monster House kind of relates to Up. Since if you take Nevercracker, for instance, his hairline
Never crack on
His
name.
Hairline.
his hairline's as far as back as like as Spain. However, you know, Carl.
80-year-old man.
Leave him alone. Carl has got a lovely,
me, he's
lovely head of hair.
Jamie Lee's put it in the chat, by the way. Davey is Chowder. His name was Chowder.
I'm totally
Oh,
chowder.
right.
Andre is the ginger girl and Owen is the lanky boy.
Oh
Fair
my
enough.
god, you know
Why do I have to be the
has it
ginger?
has it completely right, to be honest. I am definitely chowder.
Well, who's Nevercracker then?
Yeah.
Who is Nevercracker? That could be Stu.
Yeah, that's Stu.
I
Stu is
agree.
definitely never cracker. Yeah, okay.
Anyway, on to another film that is coming out.
We weren't even talking. Why? How did we get on that? Sorry.
Because talking about Monster House, because I said it reminded me of Monster House.
Oh, the film you were talking. Yes.
Yeah, but like, I just can't. I can't not just talk briefly about Monster House because
It's such a good film.
It
I
is.
know. I thought the ending was actually quite like it's different.
I don't think many people liked it.
Can I just say, do you know how I seen Monster House?
Oh, God, tell me.
Blast from the Past from Blockbuster.
Oh, wow, that is.
I'm actually
Just think for any older listeners, they're probably like, well, that's not
But
really that much of a blast from the past.
Blockbuster.
Is it?
Yes, it is.
I
It
think
is
I
for
actually
us.
did the exact same thing, you know. Blockbuster, like me and my family, absolutely. I don't know.
I think
we
I watched
loved
it in cinemas.
Blockbuster. In fact, it was so good every week going in and be like, oh, you can hire this film out for like 7 days for a couple of quid and then bring it back. It was
I mean,
brilliant.
now that's just completely ruined because of Netflix.
Yeah, I mean,
but-
it's kind of like completely
Oh,
inconvenient now.
You can pay the same price for like 3 films and have any film you want, any series. Not any
Yeah.
film, not you
Basically,
want,
Netflix
but like,
is a little bit outdid itself, really. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't pretend that Blockbuster would be a good thing nowadays. It just isn't. It was
Oh,
good for
no.
what it was, but not now.
at the time it
Yes,
worked.
if I was
and it
going to say
worked for
something
many
like,
years.
could I go and talk about a bit about the new Fast and Furious spin-off as well coming out? I know Davey isn't that fond of Fast and Furious. However,
I think
Fast
I'm
and
going to say that tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
Yay.
See, I wouldn't be so disheartened about it because Hobbs and Shaw is currently sitting at a rating around 8 out of 10.
I don't mind them. I just think
Yeah.
it's not, it's like I can watch them and I'm not like, they're entertaining enough.
Yeah, that's what they are. They're just like.
But like it is literally like built for like pure entertainment, which I know everything is. But
Yeah.
it's kind of
Michael
got
Bay-esque sort of
it's
thing.
got the explosions, the cool cars, the
I kind of appreciate how cool The Rock and Jason are together in one film.
Just, yeah. I mean,
feel
they are
like-
two cool guys. It's
I
kinda
feel like
that.
though, I could like span a question off this, which I was going to ask you anyway. There's a big contrast between The Rock and Jason because Jason's a bit more of like you can only do kind of certain type of films. You know what I mean? Like very action. However, I think The Rock is a bit of a jack of all trades in the way that he's done a lot of.
well, he's done Disney films.
Yeah. I
And-
mean,
Yeah.
there's-
and then
yeah.
he goes from like I'm not sure what I'd say his most violent film is,
Yeah.
but he does have a bit more range. And I get what you mean, whereas Jason Statham's...
He's always done like things where he's an assassin or something like that.
yeah,
or an
but
ex-SAS operative.
he's got that kind of...
I mean, we're not saying he's doing a bad job.
Oh, no, he does it
Bloody
really
hell.
well. But he does... A lot of actors have that.
Yeah. Though my favourite role for The Rock, I don't know if anyone's seen it, is The Tooth Fairy.
See, I was just
Yeah.
about to mention
When
that.
yeah, The Tooth Fairy is my favourite Rock film. It's the best ever. Forget the Scorpion King, forget all that, right? Tooth Fairy is the best. It has Stephen Merchant as his kind of like as his advisor. It's got him in a tutu dress. It's the best thing ever. He's got wings. It's hilarious.
Is there any actors that do come to mind when you say jack of all trades? Ones that do multiple movies, but Idris Elba's a bit like that as well. Have you noticed every film he's been in, the film's gone a bad review, but his acting's actually just been prapraised?
Because he's really good.
Fantastic
Yeah.
actor, to be fair.
But he's always got like the sort of like kind of like moody kind of like. He's always got the quite a what would be the word like?
just cool.
Yeah,
He doesn't need a
cool.
smile.
He's kind of like just the kind of guy who's
You see,
always
we're
kind of
so
like
uncool. We just have to smile. So you know,
I
whereas
talk like
he-
this.
Yeah, like there's a lot of actors though as well. You're on about people who are jack of all trades, who are very, as you mentioned with Jason Statham. They're not bad actors. They just always have the same type of role.
Typecast.
Like
Yeah.
Liam Neeson. I
Liam
think
Neeson,
he's a
yeah.
fantastic actor, and he's actually one of my favourites.
I mean,
dare
with
say.
how many Taken films there are, he's definitely having the.
three.
I think his best film, in my
He should have
opinion,
only been taken once.
Well, they got
it
taken.
started getting a bit ridiculous. He's a terrible father.
Yeah. Didn't he get taken in the third one?
I mean, if he can't even stop himself from being taken, then what's the point?
Well, maybe his particular set of skills started to die.
I thought his
Old age,
best,
guys, comes for all of us.
Obviously another actor I would say would be Leonardo DiCaprio as
Yeah,
well.
he's quite
But going back on the Liam Neeson, did you ever watch Non-Stop? It was
What's that one about? That's very familiar.
when he's on the plane and there's
Yes,
a bomb, but it's
yes.
like set between like the phones or whatever,
Yeah.
and he has to.
Yeah.
Oh, that was incredible! Like he does such a good job as just playing
What
an
other
action hero.
actors are really like every sort of man, jack of all trades thing then. So
Well, there's a lot of them. I mean,
Don't feel shy to contribute in the chat, by the way.
What actors chat, what actors are very jack of all tradesy? What like actors do a lot of different roles instead of just doing
Mark
one
Wahlberg.
Yes.
Yeah,
Mark Wahlberg. He
I'd say
can go
he is.
he goes from some really brutal action films. He's in that Four Brothers. Have you seen Four Brothers?
Yes.
No, I haven't seen that movie
That's
at all.
basically about four brothers who get revenge for the death of their mother, which is really violent. You know, it's kind of everything you
Yeah.
expect. And then he goes from like where Will Ferrell as well.
Yeah.
You know, it's two totally different types of acting. And Ted, you know, he was great in Ted. I
know.
really liked him in Ted. But then you got the likes of, like, speaking of Ted, Seth MacFarlane. I've never really seen him do action.
No, he's a.
I mean,
he's comedy
A
lad.
Million Ways to Die in the West kind of comedy action. And he was obviously the
But
star.
he's never really done a serious role.
No, well, I mean, that's not him, is it? He
No.
always does comedy.
But they do say people who can do comedy well can do, you know, kind of emotional well.
Yeah, I mean, it would be interesting to see Seth MacFarlane tackle something
That'd be
serious.
different.
That'd be weird because
Well,
they're in itself Seth MacFarlane.
Speaking of
but
that,
yeah.
you know, do you remember? I forget his name. He's Sheldon Cooper. What's his name?
I know you're talking about, yeah.
I can't.
What's his name, Chad? I have no idea. What do you
What are we
know
on
Chad?
about?
Sheldon Cooper, the
What's
guy who
his
plays
name?
him.
Jim Parsons.
Jim Parsons.
Jim Parsons.
That's it, yeah.
So, to be honest, I'm not a massive fan of The Big Bang, but it's kind of grown on us because Sam.
It's definitely
watches it.
not as bad
It's a
as
good-
it was.
it's a
As
good,
people say it
It's
is.
been grown on us because, like, I do laugh at it now. I used to try not to, but sometimes you just can't help it. But anyway,
that's it. People
so
just say it's bad.
Jim Parsons is. He's got this, you know, very, very Sheldon. If you've ever seen, you know what I mean. He's awkward. He's very particular about stuff, and he's just a bit of a douche, I
Yeah,
guess.
he is.
But then watching him play that role, and then did you see the film about Ted Bundy?
No, I didn't.
Right,
No.
because that
He was in that, wasn't he?
Yes, and
Yeah.
it was very strange because he played a lawyer in that, and there was nothing funny about it.
Oh, really?
But it was just very strange to see.
Did he do it well, though?
You know, I actually don't know. I think so, but all I could think about was just him being Sheldon. I know it sounds stupid because it was a serious film, but I was expecting him to come out with something that would try and make
Bazinga.
yeah. Do you know what I mean?
That's actually a big issue that a lot of people. Well, that's something to discuss at some
Like,
point.
I dare say I couldn't take him seriously, and that's not me
Yeah.
being like, because he is a good actor,
Yeah.
but it was just so weird.
That's it though. Like that's the problem that some actors can face after being the same character for so many years, especially like for such a high-profile show like The Big Bang Theory. It's like
That's all I
Kit
ever seen,
Harington. Kit Harington from Game of Thrones. He's went into as soon as Game of Thrones ended, he went into went into drink and drug abuse.
No
Just
way.
because, yeah,
Really?
There's like a big thing with actors getting stuck. It was actually the same with the Harry Potter cast, with actors getting
Daniel
stuck with
Radcliffe
like roles.
Went through a bad role, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. And it's them stuck with like that role and not being able to find themselves afterwards and find what they
Yeah,
actually
'cause
want
if
to do
you're-
afterwards.
Is he went into drinking and drugs?
He's in rehabilitation now.
But if you're so used to doing the same, it could be the same for even just regular jobs. If you're so used to doing it, then all of
Yeah.
a sudden you don't have it anymore.
Yeah.
It's like a bit different.
Yeah,
But as well, they're used to playing the same person,
yeah.
which
I know.
surely that must have an impact on you in some way.
Yeah. I mean, if you see Daniel Radcliffe now, he's massively different than what he used to be.
Yeah.
Straight after Harry Potter, you could tell that it had like a big effect on him. Like
Yeah.
his career was weird after that. He
Yeah,
had
he
to.
played that
Did you ever see
devil.
Horns?
Yeah,
Horns,
that devil
that's what I was
film.
going to say.
I'm going to be
What
honest.
was
I
that?
quite liked Horns. I thought it was funny.
I've never watched it.
It
I
was
think
weird as hell. But
I think it
was
looks
funny.
stupid. I didn't even give it the time of day.
Well, it
I
was just
said
like you
I
could
thought,
get
no.
anyone to do what the hell they wanted. He wanted them to do. It was weird.
Yeah.
But
Wait, so did he write that?
Huh?
Did he write that?
No.
Oh, just the way you said.
He
it.
played
it
Woman
was-
in Black. He did a good job in that.
Yes, he was very good.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he was actually, and it's not. So that's showing that Daniel Radcliffe could definitely do diverse roles. It's just that he was. It's hard to take the public perception away from the fact that this guy was Harry Potter.
And I'm pretty sure Jim Parsons can, because obviously that's ended.
Yeah.
But I think, I dare say it's harder for comedy actors to go into
it will be a lot
into
harder.
a regular role.
Yeah.
Just because people are so, you don't not take them seriously, but you're waiting for them to crack a joke,
That's
and then
it,
when
yeah.
you don't do it, it's like, oh come on, where's
like,
the
damn.
jokes at?
Yeah, it's
Really?
easier to come from something serious. Comedy though, like it's just completely.
Yeah, I think
different.
it's, if you've been a serious actor like Kit Harington, I definitely think it's easier to find another serious role and people
Yeah.
go, oh, that's serious, Kit Harington, you know? Whereas, like I say, comedy, I think it's just difficult.
Yeah.
Before we have a break, I just want to ask, has anybody seen, and I keep forgetting the name of this, I've got it here, Manifest.
Manifest. No,
Nope.
I haven't even heard of it.
Right,
heard
it
of it.
is fantastic, okay? I'm not going to spoil it, because it's brand new, and it's on Sky One. You can download every single episode now. Alright, there's like 16 episodes.
Oh, wow.
So it's an American TV show, and basically, this plane takes off, and then when they land, the police surround the plane, and everyone's like, right, what's happening here? And it turns out they've been in the air for 6.5 years, but it was a 3.5 hour flight. So they get down,
wow.
and that plane's missing, and everyone's assumed everyone's dead.
Oh, were they going at light speed?
No, it's just
I was thinking
that's it.
of
It's kind of
relativity.
they're trying to figure out what's happening, and you're seeing all the kind of impacts of people who everybody thought was dead, and now they're all back because they've been gone for 6 years.
Yeah.
So they kind of almost
So
went
what's
for like a...
what's the explanation? Sorry, I need to know what the
Sorry,
explanation.
yeah, I was
for
going to
this is.
say maybe...
I haven't gotten that far. It's 16 episodes. I think I've watched 3 or 4.
All I
and
can-
at the minute, it's really good.
Well,
There's twists, turns.
it
I'm
might.
loving it.
Can I just say this just before you finish it?
Yeah.
I want to see if I want to see if I can predict it. Okay, so
I would love to give it a go as well.
okay, so my first prediction is that Einstein had a kind of like a thing that he used to describe what the speed of light did to time.
Right.
So if you go at the speed of light, time flows differently to people who aren't traveling at the speed of light to what you are. So depending on how fast you're going,
Well, I don't think
time flies differently. So I'm thinking that maybe that the 3 hours has passed for them because they've been traveling at a ridiculous speed for some reason. Maybe I
Right.
don't know. God knows.
I think
And obviously 6 years has passed for everyone else. What do you think, Owen?
might revolve around the theory of the Bermuda Triangle,
Yeah.
and they went straight through it, and then
it's going to take, obviously, it's 16 episodes, you're not going to find out in the first 3 or 4, but as well, it's seeing the impact of like the lives and stuff.
I guess
It's
that's the
really
main
good.
point, yeah.
And it kind of gets you thinking, like, imagine if everyone thought you were dead and then you came back.
Well, that's just Castaway.
Do you know what I mean? But
Lost.
Yeah,
by
Lost.
the way,
Castaway.
this show has a very I don't know what it is about it, but it feels very Prison Break-esque.
Oh yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
sensing a bit of government corruption,
Ooh.
that type of thing. All right, so it's
Lightspeed tests, boys.
not. I mean, everyone gets stopped, even the pilot. The pilot's like, I'm gonna say.
Well, does
But
anyone? Yeah.
It's. I don't want to say too much because I don't want to ruin it.
Does
but it's
anyone in the
very
chat
good.
have any ideas of how 6 years has passed? If you haven't seen it, of course. I mean,
Yeah.
if you've seen it, that's cheating. But,
But
like,
by the way, everyone on the plane hasn't aged a day.
yeah, that's why I was thinking
Yeah,
Lightspeed. So anyway, that's something to leave it off on for our break. So we'll be back after this song. What are we playing, Andre?
I apologise for this. This isn't my song. You know, I should apologise for all the songs for
Go on,
tonight.
then, just. So again, what we like to do is pick our. Pick some songs, just random songs, completely different genres usually, just because
We might get back to the band thing. We might not.
basically we'll just have a band if we have a band.
Yeah.
That's just
Yeah.
kind of.
We're not going to fuss over it.
Yeah, we don't.
But this is, you know what, Owen?
Yeah.
It's Take On Me. It's
Yeah.
Take On
By
Me.
Aha.
So
I don't mind the song. What's wrong with it, Andre?
I know. What is wrong with it, Andre?
nothing.
Oh, well, enjoy the song, guys. Be back in 3 minutes and 45 seconds.
Talking away, I don't know what to say. I'll say it anyway. Today is another day to find you shying away. I've been coming for your love, okay? Take on me, take on me, take me on, take on me. I'll be gone. So needless to say, I'm upset, but I'll be stumbling away. Slowly learning that life is okay. Say after me, it's no better to be safe than sorry. Take on me, take on me, take me on, take on me. I'll be gone in a day or two. All the things that you say, is it delightful? Just to play my worries away. You're all the things I've got to remember. You're shying away. I'll be coming for you anyway. Take on me, take on me, take me on, take on me. I'll be gone. Take on me, take on me.
And hello, welcome back to the second half of DOA Productions.
Oh, God,
Yourself
I'll be
Before
back.
You Wreck
Part
Yourself.
2 of 4.
Part 2 or 4 even.
Yeah,
Sorry about that,
don't
boys.
forget that. Don't forget.
2 hours now, boys. 2
Yeah.
hours.
Yeah, that seems to just flow over our heads, doesn't it?
You know what?
Uh,
We've done half an hour chat. Davey's not said anything yet.
Oh.
Well, he has,
No.
but not.
Maybe we just haven't allowed him.
I don't
Well,
think-
you've had a lot to talk about, and I've been quite interested in the
I
TV
always-
and game world.
I always worry so much about not having enough.
Should we look at
Drink
the chat
table.
anyway?
Okay, anything said?
Jamie Lee said about Big Bang Theory that it's a 700 out of 10. So she really likes
She
that.
likes it,
She,
okay.
I remember she told me she watched it. Was the entire 12 seasons, is it?
I think so. Something like
Yeah, in 2 or 3 weeks.
that. Ah,
I know.
Damn go.
DH9 Radio, which I think is Brian,
Probably Brian, our producer.
has given us a big
Right.
explanation. However, grateful civilians said maybe aliens.
Aliens.
I said the Thanos snap.
We're kind
Thanos
of
snap.
we're kind of hoping it doesn't get too far fetched. So far, it's
Yeah.
Well,
You know,
I presented something that's very grounded in reality,
just a theory.
very
really. It's a theory.
very relativistic. Oh no, it's been observed. If you send if you say on the International Space Station, it's traveling around the Earth very fast. Okay, it's not going anywhere near light speed, of course, but it's still going very fast. And there is a slight deviation by how fast the clock moves on there and how fast it moves on Earth.
Like Interstellar.
Exactly
Remember
like
they go-
no, that's exactly how it works.
Yeah, they go to that planet on Interstellar.
Though
and
that's
then
more
he
about
gets back.
gravity.
Yeah, I know, but they get back and then
Yeah.
everyone's old and
Yeah.
It's been like I think his wife's in a hospital bed.
No,
Or-
it's his daughter,
Oh yeah, his daughter's an old woman, and he's like, what?
and he sees her just before she dies.
Yeah.
And then he goes off to continue his explorations.
That's mad. That really gets you thinking, that one.
I liked Interstellar. People thought it was boring. I thought it was very
No,
thoughtful.
I liked it. So Davey, what have you got for us? this
Okay,
week?
let's have some breakfast, guys, okay? So you're going to be maddened. You are going to be flabbergasted by what I have to say today.
Go on, amaze me.
Something positive about
Flabbergast me.
Apple.
Positive.
Whoa.
Something positive.
You know, but-
Shut the
right,
front door.
But he says positive. He's going to flip this around and say something hilarious like, their stocks have dropped, or something like that, which is actually true, by the way.
Actually, funny, yeah, they
Yeah,
announced
that is
yesterday
actually
that their
true.
stocks dropped, yes. Though I have something more. I don't worry, I have more Apple stuff later. But let's say
No,
something
keep
positive
going, 'cause I
I
don't believe
am
this.
under the feeling that if Apple do
Davey's an Apple
something,
fanboy.
if Apple do something right, I should reward them for it. I
Fair
should
enough.
give
Oh
them.
yeah, I'm sure they're waiting for your gratification and satisfaction.
Well, they will with those stocks, won't they?
Equality, guys, equality.
Oh, hang on a sec, Davey Doolan said something bad.
Either way, okay. Yesterday, at the same time as their announcement of their stocks dropping,
Yes.
Apple announced augmented reality art tours featuring art from famous contemporary artists. So they've called it the ART art. You know,
Yeah,
it's
hold
really,
on,
it's
very
really
clever.
cheesy, actually.
So-
Am I going to have to whip out a mortgage to go through this one?
Well, and it's available in every Apple store worldwide, right? So these augmented reality tours offer a stylized look into the famous cities around the world, allowing you to take a tour of the art pieces on offer in this virtual world. By the way, that's completely my own world, and if you want to use that for advertising, Apple, please do.
It's going to cost you though.
This is it. The tours are free.
Woo!
Free. I
What?
want to express this again.
Free?
Apple has done something for free.
Free.
Yeah.
Like, are we talking like no money?
No money.
What about the merch?
Possibly merch, but no money for the tours.
I wonder how much
Add-ons?
the merch is.
Nothing. Now,
A lot, to be fair, right? A lot of the big things that Apple do. So GarageBand, all right.
yeah,
That's a lot of people actually use that, and that's very helpful for people who are into music.
I guess.
You do get that for free with any Apple device.
Yeah, but you have to buy the Apple device. But anyway,
I think that's the catch. Though, isn't
that's
it?
the catch.
Yeah.
But
If
anyway,
you've got an Apple device, it's good.
I'm really interested in these augmented reality tours. So these are art pieces that have been created in AR.
Yeah.
For for VR purposes.
Right.
By artists, by very contemporary artists, which I have never heard of, but apparently are very modern artists.
Right.
that
So
probably
how
people
does
know.
this work? Right. Do you have to go to would I go to Newcastle and there be bits dotted around, or
So the 3D. So actually, it's available in every Apple store in the world. Apparently,
it's available in every Apple store? What do you mean?
you can go into the store, pick up the thing, and look through.
Eh?
pick up the thing.
You just look through VR. They've just got VR, like they've got it set up in every store.
Right.
Yeah,
okay.
you know what I don't
I'm
understand with
confused. I thought
VR?
this was an app for your phone.
No, It's not quite that. It's not quite that fancy.
Okay, right. So,
Okay, so-
am I picking up a headset? What am I getting
Okay, so
here?
you go to an Apple store,
Right.
and there is a headset, a VR headset,
Right.
that you would look through, and you will have access to look around a very entirely artificial world around you,
Right.
which includes lots of 3D art from many different artists around the world. Many
Right.
apparently famous artists that I've never heard of, but still probably famous. And what's really interesting, it's all 3D models. Based on the real art that they made for it, and you can just go on tours, and they're in the backdrop of all of these arts are different cities around the world. I think they're based on the city that the artist is from. So you've got like London, you've got Bangkok, things like that.
Right. So I can't. Okay.
And their own
Okay,
stylized
that makes
versions. So
sense.
it's really weird, but it's free at the same time.
I mean, you're not taking it anywhere, I guess. So
Yeah, it's more of like an event.
more of a coming to our store.
Of course.
Yeah.
But
So that's the
oh
catch.
wait, are you trying to? Oh, so Andre's actually trying to make them sound bad, even though I've been trying to make them sound good.
Well, no, because I admit, some things they do a bit annoying, but I don't really rant about them too much. But I'm not ranting actually about them. It's just, I don't know. I think I was
It's definitely
expecting
for
an app.
marketing. Definitely for
I was
marketing.
expecting an app or something, like I could walk around.
No, it's more of like an event, a one-off sort of thing. You've got to sign up for it early.
Well, Nate, when it's free.
Sign-ups were started yesterday, and I would imagine they'll probably fill up all the spaces pretty quickly. So
Yeah, I can
if you're thinking about doing it, go on the Apple website, sign up for this AR experience.
Are you going to
I
be
think
signing
I
up?
actually might do it because I'm really interested to see how this augmented world will look.
I'm going to follow you into the Apple Store and play everything you've said. Really, really loud.
Well, don't worry, you'll have something else for me. From me today. Don't
You know
worry.
what are really cool?
The weekly Apple
With
rant
these
will happen.
augmented reality stuff in headsets. I saw something ages ago. I think it was actually used for Battlefield 3 or Battlefield 4. And it's when they're going through the story mode and like the VR's almost on a treadmill. Yeah, have you seen those ones where they're in like harnesses?
Yeah.
I think
Oh, I
that
get
would
what you
be.
mean.
I think that would be brilliant for like something like a VR.
Yeah, I mean, it's just
Is
like
that
Ready
where-
Player One.
type
So
stuff.
you have to run in the game, but you're on a treadmill, so
Yeah.
like you can actually run.
It's
And you
really
can move.
cool.
There's
isn't it?
the ones where it's actually like the treadmills are completely 360 degrees.
Great,
Well.
so I'd have 5 minutes to play games before I'm out of breath.
Yeah, exactly. That's the issue, isn't it? I'd be walking everywhere.
I would love it.
Could you
mate.
not like set it to auto walk so you can just like stand there and just let it
Yeah.
walk in game? So you.
That's lazy.
But imagine if you were playing Skyrim. You know how big this map in Skyrim is? 16 miles. Do you want to be walking 16 miles just to the next quest objective?
That would be. Could you imagine though? Like,
Davey, get good. That's all I'm going to say.
How-
I'm sorry, I'm fat.
if you could, if you could get them right, how good would that be? Fitness would be through the roof.
I mean,
Oh, yeah.
you can, but they're only available in like some certain area, or like stores, or whatever. But like, I'm pretty sure probably. Let's be honest, some AAA celebrity's got something in its house.
Well, that's
so-
what I was. Yeah, that's what I was thinking about the Ready Player One universe. Everyone must be really fit in that universe because that's the exact same idea. VR, and they've got the treadmill to run on.
I
They're
think that
running
would
around
be
constantly.
fantastic. That's
It
like
would be, but it'd be very tiring.
that is innovation and a half. Could you imagine though? You're actually gunfire overhead and you're sprinting for your life, like that.
And they've also got like the vests where like if you get shot, you actually feel like a boom.
I don't know how much I'd like that.
I don't think I'd like it.
No.
I think I'll just take it for authenticity. Is that
It
it?
doesn't sound pleasant.
No, oh, give it some authenticity, all right.
Imagine that you actually, hey guys,
What if it
if you get
malfunctions?
shot in the game, you get shot in real life, and there's just a man standing there, just like every time you get he sees you lose health, he just shoots you.
Like bang.
Sounds like a South Park episode to me.
No, he actually just shoots you with a
But,
real gun.
Yeah, what if one of these things? Because I imagine it's like got little pads that just apply pressure.
Yeah, that's
What
what
happens
does.
if they apply too much
But
pressure?
they're like bang.
Break a rib.
I'm thinking, I'm worried about my ribs. I'm worried about surely. Like, what about your diaphragm? It'll probably wind you.
You know, what? Well, I doubt that hard. But what about
Could do.
rapid machine gun fire into your ribs? Straight in your rib. Oh, I don't know.
Oh, damn.
You know, I think I kind of want to do it still. I think that would be unbelievable. I tell you what, though, that would really. You know, I've changed my mind. I think they should do it, and I think it should hurt
Oh, okay.
because that'll stop all them cool gamers running into everything on Call of Duty, running around.
That's true. But to be fair, if you're still
That's
playing
all.
Call of Duty these days, I don't know what you're doing.
I will be when Modern Warfare comes out.
Oh dear.
That's true. That's
So-
true. I mean, I said that about the last one's a bit of a letdown, but
Just
however,
make
the new
something
one looks
new
good.
instead of just re-releasing stuff that was already successful.
I mean, you could say that about
That's true.
you could say that about Elder Scrolls.
but they aren't.
You could say that about many movies.
What?
You could say that about many movies.
I know I do, don't I?
Yeah, but... But yeah,
Anyway, Davey's been
very specifically going on about this because you hate Call of
just-
Duty.
Yeah, I
David's
hate
mate.
it without
Oh.
absolute passion. Just play Battlefield. It's better. Well, not Battlefield
I
5.
mean, we
though.
all know it's better. It's just the fact we just hope for
Battlefield 3 was the best.
one
Battlefield
good.
3 was pretty much the best. Yeah.
Yeah, I've got to agree. I had the premium for Battlefield 3, and that was like when DLC was good for their games.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
the premium was like, so it was because Battlefield games didn't go in like a yearly cycle. It was
Yeah.
more like a 2-year cycle.
Yeah.
So you'd get like 5 or 6 expansion packs, including like free maps.
Do you know that Battlefield 3's free on PC?
What?
It's been free on PC since like 2014
Wait, where?
on Origins.
No,
Sorry about
Yeah.
you're a liar.
It's been free on PC for like since like 2014, maybe 2014.
Wait, I'm just gonna search this up just for clarification.
Anyway,
What's your gaming style for Battlefield? Because it's obviously massive maps.
usually just like trying to annoy as many people as possible.
Well, I was sick of getting sniped from
Uh-huh.
miles away, so I myself became the sniper.
Oh dear, oh no, I don't like sniping. It's boring.
Oh,
There's
but
no
it's
point.
It's great if you hid and nobody can see you. Also known as what the youths call camping.
Oh boys.
Yeah, so I just sit sometimes, and then that's kind of on the open maps.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's some maps where that's just not possible. But if you can find a spot and nobody sees you, it's great.
Oh yeah.
And then you hear dreaded footsteps behind you, and then you just know, right? Okay, that's it. That's me done.
That's what I used to love doing, killing snipers from behind when they were just lying down. Can I talk about something I've been wanting to talk about a bit?
Yes. Did we even talk about?
What?
Oh, we talked about Apple, didn't we?
We
It's
did.
actually £15, Davey. It's also
free.
advertisement. No, it isn't. I just checked on the website.
We will check this afterwards.
You know what? Maybe
instead
Owen,
of...
maybe you just missed the opportunity because I got it for free. Ask.
No, it said it was free in 2014.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not anymore, is it?
It's
not?
currently 2019.
That's hilarious. I thought they just left it for free forever. Anyway, I really want to talk about something.
Please shoot.
I want to talk about Mars.
Mars.
So it's it's a planet not too far away from here. If you've heard of it, yeah.
I've been once or twice.
Yeah.
Nice holiday destination. 3 out of 5.
It's a bit cold. It's a bit colder, a bit further away from the
Taxi
sun.
drive's a bit
Yeah.
a bit lengthy.
Yeah,
The atmosphere, it's not very good for your lungs.
yeah,
It's
it
not,
helps to breathe. 2 out of 5.
but you know, it's a planet. We all know.
It's a nice vacation.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's-
Anyway, what do you have to say about Mars?
Mars. Well, I want to talk about SpaceX.
SpaceX.
So we all know SpaceX, yeah.
Yeah,
Elon
yeah.
Musk.
So
God that he is.
SpaceX has announced this year that they are planning to build a whole fleet of reusable rockets. A whole fleet.
Oh.
The word fleet sounds fun.
It does.
Yeah. So SpaceX has 2 types of rockets that they use, the Falcon 9 and the Falcon Heavy. They both use 9-engine first-stage boosters, right? Get this though, right?
How many engines do you need?
When they are detached from the main rocket, the boosters fly back to Earth, arriving at landing sites or autonomous drone ships.
Whoa, that's pretty cool.
That sounds
It's like
Star
Iron
Wars.
Man.
Yeah.
That's Iron
Yeah.
Man.
Elon Musk
Star
is
Wars-esque,
Iron
isn't
Man.
it?
Yeah, exactly. SpaceX has launched and reused 22 boosters and only failed to recover 2.
Wow. Now with
pretty good.
stats to back it up, that's pretty cool.
These are some impressive stats considering we're talking about space.
Yeah.
You know, funny
feel
enough,
like
guys,
everything
getting
goes
to
wrong in
space is
space.
pretty hard. I'd just like to.
Well, we just said we've been on holiday.
Yeah.
once or
So
twice there.
when we're talking about tech, this is pretty much the highest level of tech you can talk
Get to
about,
space
really.
with a few helium balloons. How hard can it be?
Yeah,
All
we saw
then,
up to
I'm
it.
Try and stay alive with it.
We saw up to it.
Yeah,
so
that's
why
true,
not?
yeah.
Wear an
true.
oxygen mask.
Yeah, guys. Yeah.
Hold your breath.
Sure, that's really healthy. So, what I want to talk about though, so I want to talk about this Mars timeline that they actually released.
Okay.
So they have a Mars timeline. So what they've been doing, they've been testing the actual ship called it's called Starship. They
Right.
call it. That's the ship that they're planning to take to Mars. It's going to be a completely all-purpose ship. It's going to do everything, right?
Okay.
They've been hop testing it this year. So hop testing literally means firing the engines just so it goes a few centimeters, 2 meters off the ground, and then just land it back. Just hop testing. That's what it's called, right? That's just to make sure the engines don't explode when they work. You know.
Okay.
It worked.
Right.
So they're good. So their timeline is right. 2020 high altitude and velocity tests for the rocket that is going to Mars. 2021 Starship is set to embark on its first commercial flight.
So is that with
it's going
people
to orbit the
inside?
planet with people inside
Oh, wow.
commercially.
Whoa.
2022, unmanned ships sent to Mars as Mars to Mars. As Mars and Earth will be in the perfect place for the launch. Apparently, this happens every 2 years. So every 2 years, Mars and Earth get into like this perfect kind of like synchronization with each other. Just in their orbits, kind of get like the best kind of possibility to get to Mars is
Right,
then.
okay.
So yeah, so that's unmanned ship. 2024, the plan is to get cargo ships sent to Mars.
Okay.
So that's going to deliver all of the materials and everything like that they need to build a base.
Right. Okay.
2025, this is when he plans to establish a colony with the plans to have a city built by the year 2050.
That's pretty
Nice.
soon.
Musk said back in 2016 that probably people will die, but ultimately it will be very safe to go to Mars.
At least he's so cool.
At least he.
He also said that there is a 70% chance of him going to Mars in his lifetime himself.
Well, you know, you'd be annoyed if you were NASA, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Because, you know, you've done all this research and then some rich guy is just bored. So
Yeah,
he's
but he's-
like,
it's-
yeah,
it's
let's go to space.
Yeah, but it's Elon Musk. He's
But
kind-
he's actually got a brain as well. It's
Yeah.
not like.
Yeah.
yeah, all of these things have been, designed.
Still, though, you know,
So, David,
$1 billion.
is there any updates on light speed? I would actually love to find out if we've came anywhere close to going at that speed, or is it actually possible?
Actually, there is some news about a technology called Starshot.
All right.
Actually, sorry. So, so Starshot is the idea of using lasers from the Earth's surface, really high-powered lasers,
Yeah.
to shoot something only a few centimeters big. At like, what was it? It's like a ridiculously good fraction. It's like 20% the speed of light speed. By the way, that's bloody fast, and that would get to Alpha Centauri within.
What's Alpha Centauri for the chat? or
It's
audience?
the closest solar system to us.
Ah, it sounds like an exotic Spanish island.
So, and it will go to orbit around the closest possible habitable planet in Alpha Centauri. So that is something that they're still researching, but it's called Starshot. To use high-powered lasers to basically beam against a reflector on this like small, tiny probe, because it has to be that small to be able to move that fast. It's
But by the
insanely
way,
small.
can I just ask, how long does it take to get to Mars?
Mars?
Yeah.
Around about 9 months.
Yeah, it's not that bad.
I mean, it
Although-
isn't that bad.
If you go there
Imagine
when
being
if
like-
you go there when you're pregnant, you'll have your baby when you get there.
And then I
What
guess
a way.
it's little alien.
What a way to have your burn. What a way. That is like.
What do you write on your driver's license?
Yeah, exactly. To be fair, getting to Mars is about the equivalent of getting to America back in the 1700s, if you think about it like that.
Well, yeah. I suppose. Oh, that's so weird.
Except more people died. Well, I mean,
You have to
we
put,
haven't
like,
actually sent anyone
found
yet.
out
So,
yet.
You'd have to put your birthplace as like the coordinates between two stars.
Imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was born on Mars, mate. But
I
what's
think
really
you believe,
interesting about this starship that Elon Musk is actually he's built. It's built.
Right.
The way he wants to use it is to serve as a transportation system to get anywhere in the solar system, establishing propellant depots along the way. So establishing depots where you can refuel ships, rockets and everything like that, along the way throughout the solar system, in order to get wherever the hell you want to go.
So, is his plan to get to Mars and then have people come back?
No,
Right. Okay.
his plan is to get to Mars, build a
stay there.
city, but not just a city. He says he wants to expand to build more towns and more cities and just keep going.
And eventually, Tesco's and
Tesco's, Sainsbury's, Asda,
Yeah, the standard
It'd be
stuff.
called Marsbury's though.
There's Mars.
Mars stores.
Yeah, but what happens if you have a Mars bar at Mars? It's not cool. Earth bars.
Yeah.
Oh,
just remind
definitely,
you of
yes.
home.
Earth bars. Who wants an Earth bar guy? And then once you leave, and then once humans leave the Milky Way and go to to Andromeda, we'll stop calling Milky Ways, and we'll start calling them Andromedas.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't think that's going to happen in our lifetime.
No, that's probably a few thousand years away. Probably,
Yeah,
I'd
but-
imagine. Maybe even further.
I mean, I don't know about you, but I kind of believe in reincarnation. That you get like, that you
I
come
didn't know
back.
you were a Buddhist, Owen.
No, I believe in the idea of like kind of come back as a different person who's been born.
But could you? No, my luck, right? I'd die and I'd be born like a month after.
That'd be boring.
Yeah. But like, I've experienced this before. What's the point?
I mean, the only problem with that is you never go, oh yeah, I remember in my other life when I...
No, I'm pretty sure you wouldn't remember it, but
Well,
like,
that's the point.
You never know.
but like, you'd just be constantly being like, "Where's the boys?"
Where's
Even
the
in the
boys?
womb,
Yeah.
even in the womb, you'll be like, "Boys."
Be in the womb, like, I fancy a pint.
Oh yeah.
You can't have one.
Maybe that's why babies cry when they come out,
Should
because
we?
they can't have a pint.
Yeah. That's all the cry.
With the boys.
Take them to the local. Crying's gone.
That's a weird thing that we've just gotten onto there.
I know.
Interesting.
Right, should we go from something really cool to something really uncool?
Yeah. Oh, in the
does
chat
that
again. Who would go to Mars if you had the chance to go to Mars?
Yeah. Who would actually go?
Who
to
would
Mars?
follow Elon
Bear in
Musk?
mind he can't come back.
Yeah. Or at least as far as we know, you can't come back. Maybe in the
I'm
future.
pretty sure, I think, was it NASA who were like, when we do send people, that's
Well,
it.
that's fun actually, because Elon said if he did go to Mars, he'd come back. So he said he'd just go for a visit to see the colony and then go back. So
it'd be
is
like the
that him
present.
saying that he actually has the ability to go to Mars and come back easily?
Well, I imagine he's not going to go there and be like, right, I'm going back. And he's like, oh, how?
So that's actually interesting, because maybe Elon knows something that NASA doesn't, or at least, you know.
So, that is really cool. I think we'd all agree. Should we talk
Yeah.
about something really uncool?
Okay, go on then.
Go on then.
Right. I'm sorry if we have
Ruin the
any,
mood.
probably chances, any younger listeners who play this particular game, but I am sick of Fortnite.
Oh yes.
Alright. It is everywhere, because anytime I try and look for any gaming news or anything like that, it's Fortnite, 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 and it's constant. And
Like no one cares.
yeah, the worst thing is, it's a mediocre game, and it's one of those games that was actually pretty decent to play, but it just became too much, too many microtransactions, and too many people who, I don't know. Everyone got too good at it.
Yeah, should I tell you the problem as well? Let's just remind people. Last week, Andre did add fuel to the fire and mentioned the Fortnite World Cup,
Oh,
which I
God.
constantly laugh through.
Yeah.
However, I see Andre's point. Like when you play the game, it's not. I mean, we say it's a bad game because it's just, you know, it's very.
It's not-
very
It doesn't
kid-friendly.
deserve what it has.
It's not necessarily a bad game, it's just the way people go on about it.
It's just
annoys
not
me.
That's what I'm
fun.
saying. Like you can't play casual anymore. It's like a pro tournament every time you go into a casual game because everyone's like building the Taj or the Eiffel Tower.
This
Yeah.
is it. Children ruin things. This is it. Okay, so they ruined Fortnite. For me, they ruined Frozen. You know why they ruined Frozen? The stupid toys, the constant advertising to kids, the constant things that kids going on about,
I mean, that's
calling their cats Elsa and everything like that. It was just annoying. It's just really annoying. Frozen itself wasn't even a bad Disney
Okay,
movie.
no,
It's
that's-
just the kids really just ruined it. Oh
And
my
that's,
god,
that's what
I
I'm
hate
saying
it.
about Fortnite. It's actually not a bad
Family
game.
friendly show, David.
Yeah, it's not actually that much of a bad game. But the fact is, it goes over the top and it gets to the point where it's what everyone's playing. It's everywhere. People are constantly talking about it, and it's just not cool.
Maybe if
Yeah.
like maybe if the
I'm not trying
developers.
to be like, oh, I'm cool, but it's just not. It's I don't know. It's boring.
It's just boring, yeah.
And let's
Yeah.
not get started on Epic and the way they've controlled the Epic Game Store is actually it's ridiculous.
pushing for exclusivity.
Yeah, it's like
disgusting.
see what they're doing now is kind of using all the money they've got and being like, right, we want to build a store to challenge Steam, but it's not like Steam don't have to do anything
Steam
because
don't do anything,
they're the
that's
mega
amazing.
giants in this, so people come to them automatically. But,
But
they're like
what
trying
Epic's
to
been
offer.
doing is trying to, they've been trying
But
to.
it's just, I don't know. It's just one of them things where it's been over. Like if a song's overplayed, you get what I mean. It's kind.
Yeah.
Like, if a song's overplayed, it ruins the song.
Like Summer for 69, Summer of 69 for one.
I hear
He
it.
hates it.
Yeah.
He hates it now. It's
Not
not, a
'cause it's
bad
a bad song,
It's
it's
just he's heard it too much.
I heard it too many times.
In Fortnite's case, I've seen too many kids doing the floss.
Yes, that's it. And too many kids doing stupid dances.
Yeah. Okay. So you've heard it here first, folks.
Like,
Kids
stop
ruin
dancing.
everything.
All right, we're not going to go as far as to say that. Family friendly.
I'll say
as
one more
Gordon
thing
did say.
for Epic if you ever find this in the crack of your community. Just do what every other developer's doing. Make a competitive playlist. I know you do like weekend tournaments and that, but just for in the middle of the week, people want if people want to play a casual game where everyone's not just mega building and got their
Yeah.
own custom game controllers where you have to buy an esports £200.
No one wants to do that.
Yeah, exactly. So
Just want to have fun.
some people just want to play for just casually. So just let them.
You know, after all this ranting, it just sounds like we hate the game because everyone else is better than us.
I mean, I played like one game of it and I found it boring.
Owen
so.
said, you can't play because everyone's too good. I said everyone's too good. So basically, I think that's when it narrows down to, you know.
But have you seen what the mapping they do on the keyboards and the
It's
controllers?
so stupid.
sweaty.
People are too fast. That's why I prefer PUBG. You've got a gun.
Methodical, isn't
You've
it?
got a gun, you've just got to shoot people.
Yeah,
that's how it is.
that's pretty basic.
There's no stupid building or anything. Like it's just too much.
Fortnite, you go to shoot
It's
someone,
just
he
stupid.
whips out the Taj Mahal in front of you.
It's like, God,
Yeah, it's like, alright, so I'm going to shoot my way through that, and by the time you start shooting your way through it, he's behind you.
it's just
and
not fun.
6 million jumps. In that game now, you can
Yeah.
get like, I was looking before, you can get like jetpacks and stupid stuff, so it's
Not fun.
well, it clearly is for some people. Cause
Yeah,
it's-
Well,
it's still massive. I mean, to be fair,
Children enjoy playing with Roblox and little, and Legos and things like that. I don't play with them anymore.
if we're going to praise anything, the person who actually won the Fortnite World Cup, because I stay up to date on Twitter,
Oh God.
it was Booger. He was 16-year-old and he's from the UK. So
you did actually.
that's
And
just
he
like
won about £1 million.
yeah, it was 3 million. He won.
Oh wow.
Games. He was solo top, I think.
I should that money went into something useful, like make it a good
Can you
game.
just be proud of someone who's English
No,
who actually
you-
won
No,
so
of
many
course I can't. If anything, that makes me unproud.
He's just jealous because.
Yeah, what would-
How many gaming tournaments have you won, Davey?
I think it was 3 now.
Well, that's a lie.
That's in game against CPU.
No, I think it was worst dressed gamer, worst gamer, and it was also sexiest gamer. So worst dressed, but sexiest.
I don't believe that.
I believe it.
I think that calls for a short break, though. Before we go to the break, though, Brian did manage to say that his cat was originally called Elsa when we got it,
dear,
but then called it Dementor.
that's better.
Yeah, called her Dementor instead.
Is that because she sucks all the happiness from your life?
Right, okay, with that, we're going to give you a song. I
Right.
apologise for the last song. This one's actually my choice, but it just reminds me of Doctor Who.
Which is always a good thing.
Yeah, it's Tainted Love, and it's an absolute.
From Non-Stop Erotic Cabaret.
I hope I picked the right one here.
I hope so, because that sounds really dodgy.
That sounds really sexy, doesn't it? Right, okay. Hopefully, we're going to play the non-sexy version of Tainted Love.
Let's go for it.
See you after the break.
Sometimes I feel I've got to run away. I've got to get away from the pain you drive into the heart of me. The love we share seems to go nowhere, and I've lost my light. For I toss and turn, I can't sleep at night. Once I ran to you, now I'll run from you. This tainted love you've given, I give you all a boy could give you. Take my tears and that's not nearly all. Tainted love, tainted love. Now I know I've got to run away. I've got to get away. You don't really want any more from me to make things right. You need someone to hold you tight, and you think love is to pray, but I'm sorry, I don't pray that way. Once I ran to you, now I run from you. This tainted love you've given, I give you all a boy could give you. Take my tears and that's not nearly all. Tainted love, tainted love. Don't touch me, please. I cannot stand the way you tease. I love you though you hurt me so. Now I'm gonna pack my things and go. Tainted love, tainted Tainted love, tainted love, tainted love. Touch me, baby, tainted love. Touch me, baby, tainted love, tainted love, tainted love.
Check yourself before you wreck yourself.
And we are back from that short break there. I love Tainted Love, by the way. That song is just so catchy.
It's kind of stupid, but I like it.
Yeah, it's got the
funny.
yeah, it's got also the techno vibe, which kind of like works with us, really,
Yeah.
being techie.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what it is about it. It's just a fun song, really, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. I never knew it was an album called Non-Stop Erotic Cabaret.
I'm going to purchase that.
That's an amazing name.
I am going to purchase
Stuck
it.
Erotic Cabaret.
I kinda, with that song, I kind of imagine myself creeping up on someone while it's playing.
All right, that's the sort of that's a different sort of erotic.
Right, anyway, I think
Like a
I wasn't
kitty.
planning on having to jump in there, but because you never know where these two are going to go.
You're so immature, you, Davey. So I meant like a kitty on a
Oh,
wall.
yeah.
Right, okay, let's stop, alright.
Oh,
bad,
dear.
bad men.
Run
Are
away,
we going back to
yeah.
Owen? I believe it is that time, is it?
That's about one time.
Maybe
Have we
it
just
is.
checked the time? Yeah, it's 1:30.
It's 1:30 with a side piece of Young. So-
The other side piece of you.
Yeah, by the
We're
way,
having
my
Young for
last
breakfast.
name's Young. Let's not misinterpret that. So last weekend, I actually got the chance to research or find an article that was talking about more interesting Star Wars news,
Oh yeah.
including more news on the upcoming films.
Oh yeah.
So it opened up by saying, obviously, from episode 9 that's coming out in December to Mandalorian. There's a lot to look forward to.
I'm looking forward.
In a galaxy far, far away. Now, there was some information released on the Mandalorian. So it's going to be released on November the 12th, 2019. It's starring Pedro Pascal. It's coming from the same universe as fan favourites such as Boba and Jango Fett. And here's the synopsis, because everyone likes the synopsis.
Go for it. Give me it.
After the stories of Jango and Boba Fett, another warrior emerges in the Star Wars universe. The Mandalorian is set after the fall of the Empire and before the emergence of the First Order. We follow the travels of a lone gunfighter in the outer reaches of the galaxy, far from the authority of the New Republic. So we all know, after Rian Johnson's absolute tragedy,
Absolute rubbish. Yeah.
completely ruined the saga, let's say.
Yeah, Star Wars episode, what was it? Like
8.
Last Jedi?
Yeah.
Absolutely bloody horrific.
Andre doesn't know.
Andre's kind of lying down at the moment because he has no idea about Star Wars.
Oh,
so
I'm just grabbing this chair so I can...
Say Mandalorians, Andre, I don't know if this would interest you, but they're like bounty hunters.
Okay.
So these go around.
Space bounty hunters.
Space
Ah,
bounty
like
hunters.
he's dangerous.
Well, actually, funnily enough, original Mandalorians back in the Old Republic days, which, by the way, isn't even canon anymore because Disney decided to disown the best part of Star Wars, the Old Republic. Mandalorians were actually like great fierce warriors who were actually more of a militaristic society and not just bounty hunters.
Oh wow!
I'd just like to tell you that.
So
By the way,
yeah,
they should make an Old Republic film and re-get that law because it's amazing.
see, that's what I was going to go on about next, because obviously it's rumoured in December 16th, 2022. Obviously, I'm jumping forward here, but this is like all related to Star Wars. There's an untitled Star Wars film directed, obviously, by Benioff and Weiss from Game of Thrones, the directors there.
They would do a great job in an Old Republic film.
And they're saying they say this could take the franchise thousands of years before the prequel trilogy, back to the medieval-esque period in Star Wars history known as the Old Republic.
Not medieval. It's not medieval. Oh my god.
But you know, anyway, this is what the article said.
Sorry, I'm just a fanboy.
Which is a spin-off in the media involved a massive clash across the galaxy between thousands of Jedi and Sith.
Yes.
Though perhaps the idea of the Game of Thrones guys doing another bloodthirsty medieval fantasy seems a little too obvious. So basically what they're saying is it's like, it's too obvious for Benioff and Weiss to be actually filming this.
It's not really medieval though, because even though it is thousands of years ago before like what we see of Star Wars, the technology is pretty much the same. Like, and the world is like very similar because the way Star Wars world works is they've already got all that technology by then. it's a little bit like it is a little bit behind in some ways, but like at the same time, it is pretty much like
I think it sounds pretty cool.
awesome.
Yeah.
And I can't believe that they wouldn't go. Sorry, it really annoys me.
I
I
mean,
would love to contribute, however, I am lost.
would you not like that, Andre? You know what Star
Game
Wars
of
is
Thrones,
about.
Star Wars.
Yeah, sure, why not?
Okay, good.
I mean, you see, this is like back in the time where they were just discovering kyber crystals.
No, they already had them.
Did they?
Yeah.
Oh, was that
If you
limited?
play KOTOR and KOTOR 2, it's already there. But the first KOTOR is about where like the kind of like Jedi and Sith war happen, and it's awesome. But it's not really. Wait, it was Sith against the Republic. Oh, sorry, it's complicated. Let's not get into it because Sorry,
Yeah.
but it's really cool, and I want them to make a film about it. And
Yeah.
I think that everyone should want that because it's obviously the most amazing idea ever.
I'd love to show you, Andre. I'd love to show you some of the, like, I just appreciate all the designs that they do for the films. For example, Boba Fett's ship.
Yeah,
Like,
it's cool.
what's it called again? I'm trying to remember the
What?
Don't get me wrong, alright? I
Boba Fett
admit,
ship.
I'm not a big Star Wars fan. However, I can appreciate all that goes on behind the scenes with like designing all the ships, designing all the costumes, characters, all that stuff. I admit it is a very large, obviously,
Yeah.
production. It's doing well for a reason.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
just I've never gotten into it. I might one day.
What I'm also really excited about is the Quentin Tarantino Star Trek.
Is that an actual thing?
Yes, Quentin Tarantino R-rated Star Trek.
You're gonna look
Well,
at
I've
me.
never watched Star
I've
Trek.
never watched
but-
it either.
Oh,
This might
Jesus.
be something I can get into.
yeah. I mean, also Picard that's coming out. I can't talk to you about it, can I? Because none of you have ever seen any sort of Star Trek.
I mean,
But-
we can all relate on the new film he's releasing this year, which is Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Yeah, that's
I think
fair.
it's been.
Oh, I just want to talk about Star Trek, but I never can because you two never watched any of it.
I know Spock. You know.
Oh, good,
Yeah.
good for you. He's just did a Vulcan salute. Good lad.
Yeah,
Thanks.
yeah.
Thanks.
Vulcan. Was that Vulcan?
Yes.
Looks something different to me. You know.
Yeah. By the way, does anyone who has watched Star Trek, original series, Next Generation, Voyager, Deep Space Nine, or Enterprise?
Does
Which one
anyone
do you prefer?
not think it's crap?
No, it's amazing.
Yeah, David won't get told.
If
otherwise.
anything, I actually think it's better than Star Wars.
See, I've seen
controversial.
trailers for Star Trek, some of the movies, and like the newest ones, because I don't really I've seen them, but I've never really been bothered to watch it.
The
However,
new movies aren't really like the same as what Star Trek's supposed to be.
I know, but you say that, but I can't watch films that are done like way back then. Cause
I'm not talking about the film. I'm talking about the TV series. It used to like, especially the Next Generation. It was literally usually just banter going on in the ship, and it was funny. And there'd be like Data, like this android who's trying to simulate human emotion, just says he's got this cat, so he just like picks it up with no emotion, just like good cat. And he just throws it. It's just so silly. It's just so stupid. But it was like it had a charm to it. It was just such a good charm. I just couldn't. It's hard to put into words.
Well, I'm going to be honest. You're not going to convince me to watch Star Trek.
Probably
and
not.
Probably not Star Wars.
Probably not.
However,
Mission failed.
you
next
have
time.
you have managed to convince me to do something.
Oh yeah.
All right. So last week we were talking about a game called Kingdom Come Deliverance, which Davey actually managed to. I've got it on download right now. Owen's already played it. So
have.
obviously we heard Davey's kind of review, I guess,
Yeah.
last week.
Yeah.
And he was very convincing in what he was saying. So I've downloaded it. That's literally downloading at my house right now. And Owen has also downloaded it. He
Yeah,
downloaded
indeed.
it like last week. So
Yep.
he's already played it. So Owen, as a new person to the game, what is your opinion of the game so far?
I've been absolutely disappointed by the fact I haven't had as much hours as I wanted on it, because every time I go on it, it's more like, see, when I play games, I kind of like, when people are on, I kind of like to interact with them. Like I figured hard to switch off. However, on the game itself, bloody hell, it's huge, it's massive. Like you can just
Big map.
yeah, massive map, and it, you'll see it, and it's like it's all go off and discover yourself. But the side missions already, I mean, I'm not even past like the third mission yet, and I've already gotten distracted by this, I'll just say one of the missions I've done. One of the old millers, the miller says, "Oh, do you want to join? You know, do you want to help us join this like kind of?" It's not really a cult, but the kind of like secret thing they have going on where they can sell thieved goods to each other.
Basically, just where like stolen goods kind of trade sort of thing.
My type of thing.
And it gives me an induction of going to dig up a dead body and get the ring from the man's finger.
All right.
But this was so annoying because like I went in first time and obviously I could barter with the person who like the executioner, but I didn't have enough. What's the currency called? Groschen. I didn't have enough groschen, so I was like, oh, for God's sakes, I'm gonna have to go and dig it up because I felt guilty about digging up a body. Fair enough.
Error.
So I went there, and he's like, "There's no ring there," so I had to go all the way back to the miller's lad, and then he said, "Oh yeah, it's in the executioner's box inside, and that's locked up." So I had to learn how to lockpick. Like David was saying, you have to learn every skill, and that's difficult as well. I mean, it's even, I don't know how it is with a controller, but I found it quite difficult with a mouse.
Is it a hard game to play in general?
In general, it's just like, it's not hard. It's just almost you have to master the trades. So
see, I like that. I like the thought of you're not thrown in there and everything's good. It's like work your way up. I like them type of games.
Yeah.
And it just, there was something about the way you were describing it last week that really made me. It just, I've been thinking about it, and I just thought, right, I'm gonna download it. I'm just gonna do it. And from a new person's perspective, like what are the main things you'd say that you need to prepare for? Because I'm gonna go and play this tonight.
Main things you have to prepare for, it's more or less just don't go in there thinking you are the dog's bollocks. You got to remember you are like, you don't know how to fight really. You've only had a few fights when you go in there first. You hardly know how to use a sword, if not at all. He's a blacksmith, so he's, you know, a blacksmith's son. Just make sure you prepare yourself before you go off by yourself.
Yeah.
Such as make sure you get the right amount of food. Trading's always important as well. If you want to obviously earn a bit of money, you're gonna have to try and get all the resources you can, but make sure you know if you're thieving.
Is it a do what you want type game, or is it story driven?
Yeah, it's definitely like,
or a bit of both.
It's obviously got story driven because I'll tell you one thing that you get very impressed. So I'll make sure when you're playing this game, prepare to play a bit of it by yourself, or even if you're gonna go into cutscenes, just mute everything else because it is like a movie.
Yeah.
Like there is a cutscene that went on for. I mean, I was looking at me like I wasn't looking at my phone, but I was watching it for a good 10 minutes.
Oh wow.
While they had this debate. But honestly, yeah, just go and do your own thing. And you obviously get it lets you level up when you learn different trades or do different kind of achievements in game.
So obviously I've asked Owen what it's like as a new player. Davey, what's the kind of differences once you've been playing it for a while? Like, I
mean, the biggest differences is that you just become proficient with everything. You know, you figure out how everything works.
Is it a game you play then complete and that's kind of it, or is it a game where you play, you do all the side quests, but you keep want to keep going?
Playing, yeah. Keep playing. You can still get attacked on the road by
and everything's still natural. It's not like, it doesn't feel
There's
dead.
a lot of random encounters.
Yeah, I was going to say
there's also like there's radiant quests where there's always you can always hunt, and there's always hunting missions where people will need some form of meat depending on what they need for food and things like that, and you can be the delivery guy for that. Go and find the meat, go kill the animal, take the meat.
Okay, so there's always something to do even when it's completed. So
there's quests, but then there's things called tasks. Tasks are something that you can always keep doing.
Right, okay. Just because I remember when I played GTA, once you do all the missions, all the strangers and freaks bit, then the map starts to feel a bit dry when you're driving around. Especially, I mean, obviously it's all about the online now.
Yeah.
But back when, I was still wanting to, it's just a bit dry, and that's kind of not what I want.
I tell you what, as well, with this game, it kind of feels. I've only fast travelled like 2 or 3 times because I think fast travelling, especially in this one, it's done quite well because it takes down your nourishment and like energy.
As you fast travel.
But you just feel like you don't want to fast travel because it takes away the authenticity.
Is it a game where you want to go through the map?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Like you'll know yourself, like the actual like world outside of all the cities is really lush. Like
Yeah,
it's really
it's
well like
gorgeous.
clever, like it's really authentic. Like the forests and everything like that, they all feel proper.
I remember.
dense.
There's
Just small streams going through places. And things like
There's
that,
one
so-
lad you meet right at the start, and he's an absolute arse. And like every time you see him, you just wanna smack his head in. And it's purely on the basis that he owes your father money. And it's just every time I see him, I know every time I've seen him, I've actually tried it on with him and just started trying to smack him. I fail, but I know when I get much stronger, I could actually take him. But it's just the fact you need to learn how to use your weapons.
Obviously, you can't fight, but will you just not win a fight? Is there no way? Is it impossible?
It obviously depends on the traits of who you're fighting. So let's for example.
So there could be someone worse.
Oh
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You don't like start off as the lowest like absolute weakest thing in the world. So you just start off as something that's very, 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 very normal.
So what you're saying is, if I'm on a power trip, just find someone a bit weaker than us and give them a good bashing
You
around.
want, yeah. But like it's also comes down to like the fact that even at the end of the game, if you are surrounded by 3 guys and they're all trying to hit you at the same time, just like in real life, those 3 guys can overpower you still.
Yeah, you need to like be able
Yeah,
to
yeah.
time your blocks.
You've got to. It's all about positioning. Maybe even using a bit like scummy tactics to try and keep alive. If 3 people are against you in real life,
Yeah.
No matter how good
You're
you
gonna
are,
go for
they can
nut
go
shots.
around you. You know, yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna go for dirty nutshells.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's dirty in a fight, but you're gonna do
I
it.
think one thing that impresses you is just the amount of detail that goes into the game. Like, for example, when you want to hustle or like convince someone convince someone of an idea. Let's say you wanted to use a scare tactic, and you went up to someone, you were like, right, the way I want to get me away here is like pretend like I'm big and burly,
Yeah.
and then they can give me the stuff. But if someone's bigger than you, they're not going to take it. Like, they're just going to be stood there and think you're an absolute weakling.
Well, that's actually another thing. There's a disguise system, or at least like a clothing system.
Yeah.
So depending on what you're wearing, people will completely react differently to you. So there's this marauding group that is coming through like the lands. They're called the Cumans. Okay.
Yeah.
They're like these invaders from the east.
Yes, that's a name.
And they're in like this like lamellar armor. And if you wear all of their armor, people will assume you're a Cuman and try and kill you. Or get
wow.
terrified and run away from you, thinking you. But if you go into a Cuman camp dressed as a Cuman, you can try and talk to them. They do speak in a different language, but you can try and, you know,
best
you can
to
try and
silence.
convince them you're one of them by like maybe just making grunts like going. "Argh."
But does this work in kind of a what's the word? Like I can't think of the word. But like how Red Dead is good guy system, bad guy system. Does that affect how?
There is like a sort of like each town has a different like
You
Reputation.
you can change. Yeah, they'll remember you. They'll
Okay.
remember what you've done. If you've done
Okay.
something really awful in a town, they'll remember it.
Oh,
Yeah.
like constantly.
Yeah,
though.
shopkeepers might not even serve you in shops, sort of thing.
And if you do like side quests and you leave it, it could have like serious consequences on your world as well. Because if it's something like get something for a character who's dying, and you don't do it, so he's obviously going to die.
He's gonna die.
I don't know if you mentioned this on or off yesterday, but you were saying how like things with medicine and stuff you've got to learn. And
Yeah.
can we just finish this show now? I want to go and play it.
Well, bloody hell, it is. I want to go and play it in hall, and I know tonight I'll probably get back at like an hour in, and then people come online. But I need you know what? I find it nicer to do it during the day because there's not many people on, and actually go and by myself.
Well, just tell people you don't want to talk to them. That's
I
what
know.
I do.
Yeah, but I'm very sociable. I mean, I haven't talked to people in like 4 days because I've been busy, haven't I?
That's true. Yeah, it's true.
So, oh god,
But
sorry.
yes, Kingdom Come Deliverance. Used to, well, Owen's playing it. Andre, you're going to play it tonight, aren't
yeah, I'm very excited.
Developed by Warehouse Studios, isn't it?
you? Warhorse Studios.
Warhorse,
Yeah.
that's
It's their first game, actually,
And I am going
as an
to
independent
flip
studio.
if I go home and find some sort of error. I don't know why there'd be an
dear.
error. There shouldn't be an error.
Oh.
It was downloading
It's scary.
very fast actually when
Yeah.
I left, so it should be ready.
Yeah.
But then again, I've got all those DLCs that are downloaded with it,
Yeah.
so I don't know how big they are.
So can I
The
talk?
game initially, by the way, just
Yeah,
for
that's fine.
purpose, it's 47 gig. So,
Right. Okay.
It's not too big. It's...
It should be 3. I've been out the house. Well,
Yeah.
by the
Should
time I
Davey.
get back, it'll be about 3 hours.
So,
like?
can I talk a little bit about Apple?
No.
No. I mean, I know I've already talked about Apple, but I've got like a little bit extra to say.
Are you going back to your
Brilliant.
regular regular.
This is
Yeah,
not.
I mean, yeah, I've been nice about them.
I've not given some consent to this talk, so just for future reference, I don't want to get.
Can we also? I feel like we're getting very ahead of ourselves. Let's not forget the tech bin.
Yeah,
Don't worry, yeah.
Yeah, just making
Tech
sure.
bins there,
you've
don't
got
worry.
4 minutes.
So don't worry, oh god, 4 minutes. So we've got this week we have the Apple XR. Anyone know what it is?
It's a phone.
It's a phone.
It is a phone.
Okay,
yeah.
so it isn't their newest model though, is it?
XR.
Yeah.
So,
That might be.
do you want me to double check for you?
Yeah.
There's one
I
where
think
it's
the
kinda
XS
like the
is the next
cheap-
one, isn't it?
There's one that's more the cheaper version, like the 5S was, if you remember that.
Yeah.
And there's one
yeah.
which is more like higher end version.
I think the XS is the newest one because it's like QRS, RS.
So is the R the cheaper model?
I think so.
I
Either
think-
way,
yeah,
what
yeah,
sparked
it
my
is,
attention was actually Owen's girlfriend getting it, and I just thought I always do this. I always look up tech just to see what it's like,
Yeah.
So I found so firstly, the back glass on the back of the XR is similar to the sort of glass that has been used on earlier iPhones,
Yes.
and is extremely prone to shattering.
right.
So they still haven't fixed that with iPhones.
I did
Okay.
advise her to get a case straight away.
It actually says that, by the way, on the Apple website, it actually says glass on back is it can possibly smash. Advised to buy a case, and it actually links to the those Apple cases, those really expensive Apple
Oh
cases.
dear, don't get one of those.
Yeah. So it actually links to those to try and get you to buy them. The camera on the iPhone. So this, I actually want to compare it between the XS and the XR. So the XS is, I think, the new one. So the XR has a. By the way, the XR has a telephoto camera. And that's it. Okay. Actually, sorry.
I just
sorry,
think
I should say. Sorry. No, it has a normal camera without the telephoto camera.
Right.
So it just has the single
So
camera.
has that got the single camera?
Yeah.
Right, that'll be the cheaper version.
Yeah,
Because they're
yeah.
more like dual cameras.
Yeah, this means that it doesn't actually have the same features that other Apple phones have. In the sense of when it takes pictures, it can't actually get the extra detail
Right.
into the people's faces that you'd usually expect to get.
Okay.
But anyway, I this is where it actually becomes, because at the moment I was just comparing it with with other Apple phones.
Yeah.
This XR has 3 gigabytes of RAM. Okay.
Right.
3 gigabytes of RAM, and apparently people have had troubles with apps like Reddit actually just closing on them because that phone couldn't handle it.
Can't run it. That's a social media app.
Yeah, exactly. People have had problems with that, and they're saying that when they've reopened it, it hasn't saved where they were, which is supposed to now.
Yeah.
I just want to tell you, a Samsung S9, right, has 4 gigabytes of RAM, and S9 Plus has 6 gigabytes of RAM.
Okay.
So this is like this is the difference in RAM. Like,
Although do
It's
bear
ins-
in mind if that is the cheaper Apple model, so there are.
I will also say I have the price.
Okay. Oh, well, I say it's the cheaper model. You're probably going to.
It has the price is £1,229 for a phone that is rubbish. Just by
Okay,
the way,
fair
the
enough.
S9, the Galaxy S9, the 64 gigabyte S9, which is just in general much better than the XR, right? Is 1,198. Still very expensive, but it's cheaper.
Wait, so which one's cheaper?
The S9.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It's also I also want to talk about pixel density. So the XR has a 6.1 inch screen, right? But the density is 326 pixels per inch, right?
Okay.
Now that might not mean much, but what it means is that if you have good eyesight, you're able to put your face close to the screen and you can actually see where each pixel is in text.
Really?
Yeah. Now,
It's quite a low.
yeah, if I do that with my phone right now, even your phone actually probably won't even be like that. There's something they've done with the pixel density with the XR that's really weird.
Well, I can't say anything on mine, can you?
No, yours fine.
But so, well, I'm confused because I was sure there was meant to be a cheap one, and I'm not sure which one is the cheap one. But then again, at £1,000, it's not really cheap.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. It's like also the quality. So Samsung has 1080p screens, okay?
Yeah.
The quality of this screen is, what was it? It's 860p or something like that. It was weird. It was like a really weird
In
number.
between
Yeah.
720
Yeah.
and 1080.
You know, I've realised with Apple and that it's so like irritating how
It's less for more.
so basically what the crack is.
It's 28p screen.
You don't get the highest model or whatever, and you get the substitute models that they release with it. Why do they? Can they not just make it equivalent, or just like the slight bit worse, if you know what I mean? Instead of like this whole, if I don't get the top one, then I'm not ready getting a new phone. It's almost like I don't know how to explain it, because the way I see it is, for example, you say the Google Pixel 3 and the 3A.
Yeah.
The 3A is obviously like a miniature, more dense and down model, but it's not exactly like not powering the same. You know what I mean? Like it's literally the display and battery life is exactly the same almost.
Well, that's it. That was actually comparing with the Google Pixel as well, and it was just like, why wouldn't you get a Google Pixel rather than the Apple as well? It's like I just don't see the reasoning behind getting Apple when you've got products that are better. It's just a fact.
I personally get them because I think they all feel smooth. There was and I don't, you know what, I can't even say nothing now because it's probably changed just years, because I've had an iPhone for a lot of years now, but it just seemed like a lot of Android phones were full of lag.
Lag?
Yeah.
Guess that would just depend on the phone you get, of course.
Yeah, and
you know,
that
that's
really
the thing
put me
about
off, and the thing I liked about Apple was I never experienced lag. Like, even I've got an iPad that's probably about maybe 4 or 5.
But it depends.
That doesn't lag.
Yeah, it depends though, because you keep up to the new products, don't you?
Not really.
You not?
No, it's the iPad Air, it's newish, but it is about 3 or 4 years old. You know, so or 2 or 3 at least.
I don't know. You always get disconcerted with them because they make all the products exclusive.
Yeah.
And not like you can't use them anywhere else.
Yeah.
And the issue of like them actually releasing information of releasing updates on a phone just to deteriorate it.
But
they even admitted that.
Yeah, but I never tend to get like touch wood, but I never tend to get all these problems people complain about.
I did when I had iPhone.
Yeah, which is
you had a prehistoric iPhone 5 though.
Well, I had an iPhone 5.
iPhone 5.
Yeah, but like, you know,
but that's the thing. That's what I'm saying. It's like that's why I personally always bashing Apple, and I'm thinking it works for me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
I will also say that back when the iPhone 6 was like one of the newest releases, my girlfriend had the iPhone 6, and when it updated, it deleted every single time it updated, by the way. It wasn't just once. Every single time it updated, it also reset everything on the phone and deleted everything.
Wow.
Yeah, I've never had any problem with any of my products.
The one thing, right, I'll say I do love me like iPhone 8. I think it's like, it does work brilliant, but the one thing that just turns me off from getting a new model is when they release it or when they bring out a new model, it's not... They don't have anything different.
Yeah,
or
like, they have
literally
less.
Nothing different, or they use the same PRBS.
Yeah,
where it's like new display.
Yeah,
new
they do always use the. It is stuff which essentially they might as well say we put a lot of new stuff on, but you're not going to notice it.
Yeah. So yeah, this is why this week I'm putting in the tech bin the iPhone XR because it is totally. It doesn't need to exist. I mean, you could even get the iPhone XS and I would be happy. It's the iPhone XR. It's just totally it just doesn't need to exist.
Right. So
I've already given my opinions.
Davey has given his tech bin.
We hadn't introduced the show.
Yeah, sorry, I was just
yeah, just jump straight in there. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna play one more song.
Yeah.
And then me and Owen are gonna give our tech things. So Davey, what song have you picked?
Daydreaming by Paramore. I love Paramore. I mean, I used to love it even more when I was younger. But yeah, Daydreaming by Paramore. Before we disappear, also, I want to ask if anyone has anything for the tech bin, chuck it in the chat now.
See you after the break.
Know the limits and won't go too far.
We're back. Hello, guys. You alright?
Oh, well, that's the most casual way to come back ever.
Yeah,
you
alright,
alright? Just like, it's just like getting in the pub.
Doing.
Alright, mate, can I get a pint of bitter?
It's me.
Right, okay, tech bin.
Back to the tech bin.
Tech
right,
bin.
I'm gonna go.
Do you want to
Or do you
introduce
wanna
it
go
before we go?
Alright, yeah, this is the tech bin.
Okay, so yeah, we need to come up with something interesting to say. So, like, you know, like when the shows have like when shows have like cool slogans for stuff.
But we're amateur.
Yeah.
It's nice.
We'll
It
probably
keeps us-
do that on our radio advert.
The tech bin where you put stuff in the bin. There you are.
And then we'll have like loads of slam dunk noises and explosions.
Yeah, the bin.
Michael Bay,
Yeah.
that shiznit.
The bin men are out. That's it.
Yeah.
There it is.
Oh wow. Oh, I like that.
The bin men.
Um,
it's Wednesday again.
so, I have this written down, and I just want to double check it's what I thought it was, because I had a couple of things in mind,
Oh.
and I wrote it down.
Well, this is
Okay.
really well done, considering
my
you had
God.
like the entire break
No.
to prepare.
Yeah, that is.
I remember what mine actually is now.
Oh,
I'm gonna
dear.
get
Right,
picked up for
okay.
the chat.
Mine again is People Who.
People who? Oh,
Yeah, I think
God.
this is going to be a
Throw it
running
at
thing.
me.
Mine's always going to be a People Who.
People
if-
who defend iPhones.
Right, shut up, Davey. This isn't all the show's about. Right, so. Okay. So I'm just saying what Owen's got on the computer screen there. So my tech bin is People Who, and if you play games, specifically online games, and if you're in a public lobby, you'll know exactly what I mean. People who blast music down the mic. That is so irritating.
Yeah, I can't stand
Okay,
it.
so you could be playing a game, and all you have down the mic is just.
It's like, what are they doing while they're playing these games? Do they literally just have their speakers on in the back? Who's doing that?
Yeah, and
That's
the thing
just
is,
awful. Who wants to do that?
they've got the mic plugged in, but they never respond to anything. They're
I know.
always the people. Say if you're playing like PUBG, they're always the ones who disperse, go by themselves.
They're
Yeah,
not
could
the-
you not like change it to like like
They're nowhere
people
to be
who
seen.
people who just don't talk to you in games when you're supposed to talk to each other?
No, because that doesn't annoy me that much. It's just like, all right, whatever. He might not have a mic or whatever. But it's the people who have put their mic in and they're just blasting music.
know.
Nobody wants to hear it.
No, that's
sounds like they're sat in the
completely
living
fair.
room
I
as
hate
well.
it too.
Yeah, and it's never anything good.
Yeah, you might hear some kids in the background.
Like
Yeah.
12 brothers.
Yeah.
12
just all
brothers.
running around.
Yeah. But yeah, it's never
Thing
anything
on.
good. It's always crap. Yeah, it's always bad music. And it's not even, the quality's just terrible as well.
Yeah, it is.
So it's like, you hear it.
Yeah. I know.
crackling and it's always loud
And
and
it
you
is
can't
so
hear what you're
frequent.
doing.
Yeah.
And yes,
Yeah.
okay, you can mute them. However, if you're playing a game, you get into a firefight or something, you can't just be like, oh, hold on lads, stop shooting me.
Oh,
If
they always seem to
anything-
come,
my mic.
yeah, they always seem to come in halfway through a firefight, blasting someone through
If
the
anything,
mic.
that would actually be a good. That's a good tactic. Just blast stuff through your mic constantly in games, so when your enemies hear it, they just get confused.
Well, I mean, it is, but I'm more specifically on about, especially when they're on your team.
Yeah, I mean when you hear them all the time,
Like
constantly.
back in the day, especially on Call of Duty,
Oh.
that was the worst. There was always, and there was sometimes multiple people.
I remember you had to mute individuals as well. So
Yeah.
maybe if there was like 5 people in a lobby
You mute
playing, you
teams
had to
now.
find them.
Yeah,
you,
but
you mute teams on Call of Duty now, but
Yeah,
yeah,
but back in the day,
you kind of do, because if you're on a team, all right, and it's only one person who's playing the music. You still kind of want to interact with your team.
Yeah.
See what they're doing. Get some team morale going.
Yeah, you know what? That's fair. That's fair. Your point is fair, Andrew.
But then you've just got some person blasting crap tunes down the mic, and it really irritates me.
Really grind your gears.
Probably a lot more than it should,
Press F for your ears, basically.
Yeah,
Because,
basically.
It's like
So-
I'm gonna start doing that. I'm gonna start playing really loud techno music down the mic. Yeah.
So Owen, what's your thing for, for the tech bin?
I'll put it in the chat right now. I'm just going to press enter. This is called the Cellmate. The company literally
not
says online.
Oh dear.
It's like a headset you put on driving, but you attach your phone to like a magnet over a plastic headset. So they say this should replace hands-free. Like, is this a really thing?
What's wrong with just attaching your phone to like
Can I
that
just
thing
give
that you put on
my
your window?
Best description of this. It looks like somebody's tied an elastic band around the head and put the phone under it.
Yeah, to be fair, I could do that with a bobble.
No,
Yeah.
have you not thought about the things about this? You can't even answer the call because
How do you do that?
the phone's on the ear.
So you have to literally take it off off
That's
your
why you
head.
have Bluetooth head. Like that's why you have Bluetooth head.
Yeah, you have to take it off, and that point you've got your phone in your hand whilst driving. Illegal. You broke the law.
This feels. Who thought of this as a good idea?
You go on the website, by the way, and there's a section where it says, this is what the customers are saying about it. Literally no one's commented about this product.
Because who's buying it?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? I'm on one side. I want that in the tech bin. That's what I want in the tech bin.
Yeah, I want that in the tech bin as well.
Go away.
I think that's horrible.
just stupid.
That
That shouldn't exist.
That's an insult to like people designing
That's
products.
not even tech.
I mean, at least people listening to music with the mic on are trying to just have a good time. You know,
That's just unnecessary.
Can
we have hands free?
Can we say
don't
hands
need it.
free is
We
actually,
have
like-
Bluetooth as well.
Hands-free is a good thing.
Yeah.
that.
I just had a text off me of Jamie Lee as well saying I saw a lady in Birmingham wearing a cellmate.
Oh no, she needs.
No.
No wonder Birmingham.
Exactly. Well, that's it. Birmingham is a awful place. So
Right, we probably that's probably not a good idea on the radio.
This is not a dig at everyone who lives in Birmingham.
just Birmingham itself
Just maybe that lady who's wearing a cellmate.
and Birmingham.
No, Davey. Davey is actually an avid fan of Birmingham. He goes quite frequently, and he says he loves it.
Yeah.
That's why he's joking about it.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're from Birmingham.
I want to put that in. The bin.
No, stop it. But
Just look
Can
at
I
it.
put Birmingham in the bin?
That doesn't even look like a magnet though. That literally looks like a plastic.
it does honestly
Hook.
look like somebody's just sellotaped a phone to the head.
Get it in the bin.
Yeah, how? It doesn't make sense. What is the logical thinking behind that?
Doesn't even look relaxed or
Oh,
like
God.
attractive.
And plus, they've used a relatively small phone on that.
Can I also say
Yeah,
as
what about
well?
when you have like one of those XL phones?
Yeah. Can I also say?
That's an plus.
Let me just like put that against my ear. Let me just feel.
Maybe that covers your whole face.
That's like surely actually you're checking your mirrors. You're checking your mirrors on the right side. Wait a second, I can't actually see when
Yeah.
I'm pulling out. Yeah, that's really unsafe.
So if anything, it's worse.
That's bad. That's not
That's
safe.
a terrible idea.
And let's also say that when you watch these agents in Marvel and that, the Bluetooth pieces actually look really cool to wear, whereas this looks like you say, someone's just bloody duct taped an iPhone to the face.
It just doesn't. Yeah, but just looking at that picture, is that even an iPhone? That looks really small.
Isn't it?
No, exactly.
So it just, right. That
I mean,
wouldn't
I've just
work.
tested it with a big phone, and that impairs your like sight. You cannot put that on your face. You will crash.
Someone's
you
put
see?
relaxed guest is also put. OMG, that is hideous. What about the amount of radiation as well? Because they do say about radiation
Yeah, I
coming
was
off
gonna
phones.
say, I think phones do. And
That's,
it's
yeah, that's like
somewhat-
directly to your ear constantly too.
That's
Ooh.
probably frazzling your brain.
Yeah, which is probably not good for driving
Like, if
either.
anything, I mean, we're I know we're on our phones a lot more these days, but we're not putting them that close to our heads.
No, if
The
anything,
fact
it's more
we talk-
hands free.
The fact we talk to people more via text, saving us all.
Yeah,
Live
basically
longer lives.
being antisocial is saving the human race, guys. Keep going.
That's not quite what I said, but
That was my
fair
interpretation.
The moral of the story of this tech bin is literally don't try and replace something that's already a standout.
That's just
feature
an unnecessary invention. Yeah,
it's
it's stupid. That's the word. You don't need to
surely
say
that's
anything
been
else.
made as a joke, right?
No,
Is
no,
that- is
I-
this
do you want me to
a
whip
prank?
up-
No, as
I'll link
people
you
were.
the website. Wait, I will get it.
If
up.
anyone wants to buy one, please don't.
No, but was that like a dare? Like, a day to wear that?
What? And then like everyone bought them. It's a
Yeah.
product.
I don't think everyone bought them, did.
I mean, someone at Birmingham has it.
Is this it? I don't know if this. No.
Oh, dear.
No, that isn't it.
No.
No, it is quite
Hideous.
hideous. The website. There it is. Oh
dear.
god.
Oh God! Why would you do
It just looks like, right, when was this released? Surely this isn't new.
I mean, did no one just think about like putting like the things on the window and just
The
having your phone
website
up?
itself looks like it's from about 20 years ago.
It does. It does.
This cannot be new. But
God
you know
knows.
what? I'm voting Davey.
I vote for Owens.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's gotten in the bin. What is it called, Owen?
What did the
The cellmate.
what did the audience
Cellmate. Oh wait. Yeah, you're right. What do the audience
think?
think?
Audience who votes Davey. I hope they vote for
Let's just have a look at the
children's
website
screams
again.
out
So, should we see how much this is, by the way?
loud. Oh yeah, please do.
Come on. Cellmate
cart.
at the cart.
Oh, and this can't be new. That website is.
Oh my God! It's even loading when you. 12 quid. 13 quid.
Yeah.
13 quid.
I mean, technically, it's cheaper than Bluetooth. I'm sold. I love it. I'm getting one.
Just look at that. What does that even?
Why? It looks so uncomfortable.
If I called an Uber and he came up to
Reasons-
to his head, I'd walk away.
Reasons to use a cellmate. It's the law.
It's the law. No, it isn't.
Look at that! Look at that one! That's literally a home phone. That's a home
This
phone.
feels like, do you know when you're in like a business class and the teacher's like, right, come up with an idea
Yeah.
and design a website? This
Yeah.
is what this feels like.
It is, by the way, that was mentioning 13 states. So that is an American invention, and you got to remember that sometimes America is a little bit behind in the convenience sort of department. Like, for instance, contactless. You can't even have contactless in America because for some reason they just didn't bother bringing it over there. So maybe it's just because America's just a little bit behind. Now I think about it, actually, I never saw any hands-free, you know, the thing that we have in our cars where you
Should
you
be
just
the
attach your
Bluetooth
car.
speaker though. You can
Probably
talk
it was
through.
just that I never saw anyone using anything like that.
Well, yeah, that's probably because
And I was living with
No, but
Americans for 2 weeks.
a lot of people have it in the car now. It's built in. 'cause
Yeah,
it's
that's true.
standard.
Yeah.
So it's probably why for that. Like now, you don't even need the hands-free. People only use hands-free for the cars, and a lot of these cars are coming with you. Just attach it to Bluetooth.
It was like they went to that convention you used to, went as like, you know, young designers you did in school.
Yeah.
BM.
FBM, and then they've literally went, you know what, this might hit the nerve of people who need hands free.
So, guys,
On the
before we
door.
like, you know, as we wait, has anyone actually voted on this yet? Has anyone like came up with like?
Yeah,
Does-
check the chat one.
So we're voting on either the Cellmate, or the XR, or what was yours, Andre?
People who play loud music down the mic. Or
Right.
online games.
I mean, I already know what I'm choosing. I mean, like, it's just
Yeah, it's. I wish I never even bothered this week.
yeah, because Owen just brought a bomb there.
Yeah,
Owen dropped a bomb in the.
came and
Damn, you really got us there.
we have
I
to
did,
play our
I did.
games.
Oh, I will.
Well, that'll be fun. You know what? I'm gonna get one. I'm gonna get that, and then do you know what else I'm gonna get? I'm gonna get the nose thing.
The nose, or the
Oh,
nose.
not that nose thing. No.
Yeah.
What? You're just gonna get
You know,
everything
when
that's in the bin.
That actually looks like what's the word? Do you remember them doctors in the medieval times?
Yeah, a plague doctor.
Yeah, it looks like a plague doctor.
I thought
That's
they looked
actually
pretty
amazing.
cool.
While we're waiting for votes to come in, can I
Yes.
talk about the SKU case?
You've got about 5 minutes.
I've got 5 minutes to talk
Yeah.
about a SKU
What's
case.
this?
I know. So the SKU case, it's awesome. So basically, okay. So without sounding a little bit crazy, this is basically my favourite thing I've ever talked about in the show.
Okay.
The SKU
I mean, you
case.
talked about taxis that fly, so
Yeah. This tops taxis that fly. Forget about going to Mars. Forget about travelling the universe. Forget about that. This is the SKU case. This is here now, and this is what you need in life. This is what you need when you travel. This is what you need.
Got
Okay.
about 4 minutes.
Okay. This is a suitcase that can convert into an electric scooter just by pulling the handle up and pulling the back wheels down. Designed to make airport commutes simpler. It has a top speed of 15 miles per hour. You can connect your phone
Holy.
to a little connector at the top with the handle, and that becomes your speedometer to tell you how fast you're going. Right?
Yeah.
It
Is it called
also
the
can go
SKU case?
15 miles on full charge.
Oh, that's pretty.
And it's just amazing. It looks so fun, guys. It looks so fun. Like, if you can
I've-
buy one, buy it.
I've seen these before. These have been out quite a while, haven't they?
As well, I mean, as far as I can tell, this is a special model at least.
Oh, this specific model, but this type of thing's been out for quite a while.
This specific model
But
was.
if I remember
Oh.
correctly, these are very expensive, aren't they?
Well, I think this was an affordable one.
Oh, how
Is
much
that
is
it?
this?
That is it, yeah.
yes.
Oh, that's better than the one I've seen previously.
well,
the
the
one
thi-
I've previously seen, you literally pulled the handle up and sat on it.
Well, the thing is, right? Where I've seen this before is actually on the Grand Tour, where Jeremy Clarkson designed his own version.
Okay.
Like he said, like he need to find, like he was trying to find like a way of getting to airports fast.
Yeah.
Like, you know, and he just thought he'd like literally just attach an electric motor and some wheels to a suitcase, and he just sat on top of it with a handle. Are you
pretty
sure
sure-
that's not what you saw?
No, I'm pretty sure it became an actual thing.
Oh, maybe that's where it came from.
Yeah, maybe that was
Maybe the Grand,
inspiration.
but that's what I was thinking. I think the Grand Tour is where like that started this idea.
Or maybe the Grand Tour just bought one and was like, oh, let's pretend you did it.
Definitely not. It was like sellotape together.
But I mean, it's
It
kind of a
looked
good idea.
awful. It was
It's very lazy though, isn't it?
Yeah, but it looks so fun.
It does look fun.
Would you not do it?
I feel like people would just get mad at you in the airport, you know.
I don't care. I'm mad all the time in the airport.
Sorry.
Just airports make me unnecessarily angry.
Have you seen how big the airports are
I
these
don't know, they're
days
just
as well?
annoying. So many people around you, everyone pushing past. I want to be able to drive into people and knock them over if I have to.
I mean,
What
it's,
sort of airports have you been going
and we've
to?
seen Heathrow as well. Like, Heathrow is one of the
Aye.
biggest like airports. Like, it's practically a trek just to get to one place to the
Oh,
other.
I hate travelling when I have to go through built-up areas. Oh, I hate it.
Yeah, I mean, I think Newcastle's pretty pleasant.
Newcastle Airport's okay, but like, have you been to Manchester Airport?
No.
Manchester International is hell.
Really.
I wouldn't want to be driving there.
I mean, it's better than JFK
Yeah.
in New York, but like Manchester Airport, like it's very fancy and slick and everything like that. It's a really nice looking airport. It's got cool stuff, but it's just how many people go through it. That's
Yeah,
the
it's
problem.
ridiculous.
That's like
Like
a
it's
main
just
one, isn't it?
insane. I didn't even see that many going through it in JFK.
Yeah.
Have you ever? I don't know if you drive, Andre, but have you ever
I do
picked someone
drive.
up from the airport?
Oh no.
Oh dear.
Not doing that.
Oh my.
What?
I picked up Jamie Lee from the airport
yeah.
when she went to, was it Cavos, and she came back and I was like, I'm sweating just going to the pickup spot because it's
Awful.
like, I'm pretty sure they charge you to pick up someone as well.
There's like 100 lanes
I know.
everywhere. It's like, where do you need to be?
I mean, like the airline industries, they are loaded. Let's just.
Doesn't mean they need to spend all the money on extra lanes when you're picking someone
I
up.
mean, apparently they do. No, but like, yeah, airports can be a pain in the neck. So
Yeah,
I guess a screw case could make it a little bit more of a pleasant experience.
It's weird though because they're always like really busy, aren't
Yeah.
they? Although I think it's quite eerie. I went to, I think it was Edinburgh Airport, I believe it was, and it was dead.
I mean, yeah,
it was eerily quiet.
yeah.
Yeah.
And it was like no. Fair enough. My flight was for like, I think it was about 2 in the morning.
Well, that's
but
the
that's
thing.
not the point.
That's not the thing with airports, because airports are always busy. They've
Yeah.
always got people coming and going through them. That's the thing.
But I didn't realise they shut the shops down as well. I know you can't have like I just assumed they had people working night shift at the shops, but
The screw case, actually, like, I'm looking at it and I would love one. I'd actually love one, I think.
Yeah, guys, I suggest getting a screw case.
So, did you say about how long the power lasts?
15 miles. So it can go 50 miles per hour and it can last for 15 miles.
so halfway through Heathrow.
Probably, I, to be honest.
Oh,
Could
well,
you just do laps on the runway?
forget transport from your airport when you get to your location. Just use the screw
The
case.
problem is, though, it doesn't have a handbrake, so you can't do any handbrake turns.
Just turn the handle really fast.
I mean, I guess you could do
that's
that.
true. If your accommodation is less than 15 miles and you don't abuse it too much at the airport, who needs transfers and pickups?
That's actually genius, guys. You
I
could
know.
literally just electric scooter your way to your hotel.
Yeah, although
With everything you have.
The only complaint I have about this, right, is have you seen the way they handle suitcases in airports?
That is the problem, yeah. Like, you could break the hour. Like, they
Yeah,
could break
they
everything.
launch them suitcases. Like they don't care
They
what's
don't
in
care,
them.
no.
They will just
Exactly.
launch them, and it doesn't matter where you go. It doesn't matter if it's England, if it's abroad. It's the same. They just launch them.
Which always makes me a bit wary of. It always
I've
makes me very
never put like my laptop in a suitcase or anything.
Funny enough, you know our gimbal? That was in a suitcase.
Surprised.
It survived.
Why
I'm
don't we-
sure not every person launches them,
But there's some.
Yeah. So
Well, what do we got for the tech bin? Has anyone voted?
Oh yeah, I think everyone's literally said bin the cellmate.
yeah.
Cellmate and the bin. Pointless creation.
Yeah.
And just about it, really.
Yeah, basically. Okay, get that bloody thing in the bin.
We're gonna have to
Yeah?
get like a sound emoji where it goes and then throws it in the bin.
Oh, I tried to
that
play the
didn't
kitchen
work.
noise. Turn it up.
Turned up.
Turn it
I
up.
don't know
All the way
why,
up.
but
There we
yeah,
go.
that's all you're getting.
Okay, basically, what's it called?
The cellmate.
Right, cellmate, get in the bin.
Yeah,
there we are.
that's it. So next week you will be blessed with Davey and Owen. I will not be here.
Oh dear, he's leaving forever, actually.
Yes, this is my last
going
and
to
final
Scotland.
show. No, it's not actually. I'm just going to see my
What
girlfriend's
cave
family.
near Scotland?
In Scotland.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, stop mocking every location.
We're not mocking, I just say we're cave near.
It's just funny because they've got
Um,
funny voices, haven't they?
But
Not funny. They got a brilliant accent, I like it.
nice redemption, Owen. Yeah, but it'll just be Davey and Owen next week.
He will be returning the week after. And you're planning on giving us a Kingdom Come Deliverance,
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm going
You
to
best
play.
be listening, by the way. If you're not listening in the chat interacting, then
I'll be pretty disgusted. If
I would
you're not, to
actually be quite disgusted.
Yeah, of course I'll be listening. Absolutely. I'll probably be just here in spirit anyway. You know, I'll be. If you'll be saying big paragraphs, that'll be off me.
Oh, how
Can
nice.
I phone in? Can we do that?
If we can see if we can, that might be funny.
I think it'd be fun.
It'd be like one of those award shows where they get like the person who's receiving the award on Skype.
Like, sorry guys, I couldn't be here tonight.
I'm
but,
just too important for you. Yeah.
In like a green screen Hawaiian background.
Yeah, so hopefully I'm not missed too much, and you know, hopefully.
When I was up there, by the way, Andre, the weather wasn't even that bad.
Yeah, well,
I mean, normally in Scotland it's quite rainy. It's known for its like.
yeah, I mean, on up Scotland, not
quite
London.
bland
Well,
weather,
Scotland tends to be very similar to us, if I'm honest with you.
Yeah, we noticed.
Generally, when I go up Scotland, the weather there, I look on the see what it's like down here. It's pretty much the same.
Yeah.
It's not much different.
So
Unless
raining
you
in
go,
Durham,
like,
raining in
really,
Edinburgh.
really high, like the little islands just off the top.
Oh yeah.
I noticed when we were getting like 30-degree weather, they were still getting like 16. So I wouldn't want to live there.
No way, really. I know. I was going to stop it myself, Davey. But I was tapping away. It just I don't know why.
So
Fiddling.
well, that has been Techies. I don't even know what number
So yeah,
show
I guess we just
anymore.
8, I think.
Wow.
Take yourself 8.
that
So
is all
yeah.
over.
But like yeah, so Andre's not going to be here next week, but it's going to be me and Owen still, and Andre will be back the week after.
I can't
Yes.
believe it's been like so many weeks already. Holy. You just can't believe it.
I will still be sending some things over for these to talk about.
Yeah, so basically one of us is we'll probably just share the load of Andre's stuff.
I'll just throw it over. But so for our last song, we are going to play the final countdown.
Ooh,
Just because it's just a bit of a good
it's
song. isn't
fitting.
it?
That's
Yeah.
fitting.
Yeah, for
Alright,
my
thank you.
departure.
Yeah, thank you very much for listening, everyone. We appreciate it, and we
Yeah.
hope to see you next week.
See you next week, guys.
Doodle pip.
Bye. 2 weeks.